You're listening to the Kavana Broadcast Network.
Stay tuned.
Coming to you live from the Outsider Studios, somewhere in the Big Mitten. It's the Co and Bro Opinion Show. Now here are your hosts, Corey Tiez.
He may have advanced illusionary schizophrenia with involuntary narcissistic rage, but he is a very gentle person.
And the Outsider, Scotty William.
Goddamn, white boy.
You take forever to say nothing.
And head coach, Tony Blankenship.
You ain't been where I've been. They ain't seen what you seen. Hey, can't nothing stop you now. Can't nothing stop you now.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
And hello, everybody listening in here on the Kavana Broadcast Network on a new night in time with the same channel. Yeah. Trying to move some things around so we can, you should be all right, Go.
Check, yes.
You can't hear?
Everything's good.
I can hear.
I can hear the music.
Corey always has a problem hearing. I think he needs to go to get his hearing checked. Hold on a second. Oh, well, that's why.
Get on the mic and...
Hold on a second. He unplugged himself.
Oh, that'll happen. Oh, well, there you go. It was a snake that'll bit you. No, dang.
Yep, that makes sense.
Now you should be able to hear yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. How was everybody's weekend?
Great.
What'd you? I know you were out of town, Tone.
For a minute, couple days. Got a chance to go to Houston.
Nice.
On some business, and for a buddy of mine's birthday.
Oh, okay.
As well. So good weekend, man.
Interesting.
We had a good time.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
You said Houston what?
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's what they call it.
Nice.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Rochester Hills Eagles Club.
Okay.
I performed there with my band Highway 23.
Okay.
Saturday night, packed crowd, loved it.
How many
Gotta
songs you
love
got?
the packed crowd. Gotta love when people are out on the floor dancing too.
How many songs you guys do?
Too many. It was. It's at least 15 songs a set. We did like 4 sets.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all did 60 songs?
Oh yeah. Easy.
You got to let people know the next time you guys are at a venue. Let them know where,
Yeah,
let
I'll
them know
come
where you're going to
support
be
that.
at. Yeah.
For sure.
Let them know where you're going to be at.
Yeah.
That's
For sure.
That's a nice date night.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, live music, right?
It's weird with some of these Eagle clubs because they let guests in, and then there's some Eagles clubs where it's just members only.
So that's not they're all over.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Oh.
The next one we play is in Mount Clemens, a Mount Clemens Eagles club,
Okay.
and then we'll be back out in Rochester in May, and then we're playing a music festival in September.
Okay.
So yeah, it's always fun.
There you go.
Always fun. Hope the voice holds out. I didn't think I was gonna make it, man. I had been sick since the last show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Wasn't COVID, thank God. But hey. But for everybody that doesn't know, we are in our TV Icon Character tournament. And last week it was the East region with 70s decade.
Oh, we're back at it. Real quick. Hey, I got something real quick,
Yeah.
though, before we get started. I got to send a shout out to a buddy of yours, Blake Braylon.
Oh, that was dope what he did.
Yeah.
Oh, Braylon.
Young kid jumped on an old man. I saw that.
At a health club.
At a health
Beverly
club.
Hills Health Club, I think it was.
You know what? I think I seen that on the news too.
That's buffoonery.
80 years old.
80 years old, this kid's 20.
Yeah.
He jumped on this gentleman.
That's the way these kids are nowadays, man.
He's 80.
He ain't like, no regard
No regard.
and no respect at all.
Shout out to Braylon for being there.
That's just not having a conscience.
Right. Over some music.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it
what
was
it was?
It was arguing over music. And then
With an 80-year-old man?
80-year-old
Yep.
man.
Yep.
And it was either, hey, what do you mean I can't listen to the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra in the locker room?
Right.
And he wanted to what? Listen to Lil Nas X?
I guess. I don't know.
Jeez.
But he was about to slam the man,
Yeah.
slam his head into the locker room.
Slam?
Or the desk. He was about
An
to slam his head
80-year-old man?
Yes. I think this kid was like 20-something.
Did they arrest him?
He ran, and they did end up getting him.
Like that was going to make a difference.
He took off
like
running, yeah.
you have to sign in to go to the gym. Like they weren't going to, and I'm sure everything's
Right.
on camera.
Right.
Well, maybe not in the locker room. At least we hope not the locker room.
So, dummy.
Yeah. He's a
Shout out to Braylon, though.
Yeah.
for being there.
Shout out.
Yeah,
That's,
shout out to
that's a
Braylon.
great thing.
Braylon, that was Michigan's finest.
Michigan's.
Yes.
Probably the most prolific receiver in the history of Michigan football history. I think he's got all the records.
We went through that. I think he did.
We did. I think he
he
was
did.
was at the top.
That's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
And he's on Woodward Sports.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Is he on with Ryan Armani? Is it him and Armani?
It's
I think it
Armani.
is.
Something like that.
Him and Armani.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. Braylon.
Give credit to
Did
where
Braylon
credit is-
win a Heisman?
No.
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 He's got
I was thinking of Desmond.
Desmond.
Howard. Yeah.
Desmond Howard.
Yep.
I know. I should have all these records engraved into my brain, but
all
I
right.
don't. But listen, we started last week with the 70s decade here on a TV Icon Characters, and of course, you can catch that show on your favorite podcasting platform. I also did a sports update show, a special sports update show that just dealt with our picks and who won. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend from Sanford and Son himself, Fred G. Sanford, came out of the 70s decade region. Yes. Good old Freddie.
Yep.
Well, this week is the 80s. So, this is how that goes. The number one seed in the
This-
80s decades goes to Thomas Magnum from Magnum PI.
Okay. Here we go.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You don't like that number one pick?
But we'll figure it out.
You don't like that one, huh?
He's got a,
I mean, Thomas Magnum, that's an iconic
it
show.
Magnum PI is definitely iconic.
yeah.
Who was he going against?
That's the whole thing. We'll see how it.
We'll see how it goes,
Oh.
right?
We'll see how this shapes out.
He ain't messing with
Number 2 on the came in at number 2, Cliff Huxtable from The Cosby Show.
Iconic.
that. Definitely iconic.
Definitely iconic, right?
Spanish Fly.
Yeah. Cliff is iconic.
Number
Bill's iconic.
Bill's
the
iconic.
number 3 on the in the mix of things here is Alex P. Keaton
No
from
doubt.
Family Ties.
No doubter.
That's always a good one for Corey. Coming up at number 4. Number 4 is Roseanne Connor from the Roseanne. That's an icon. I would, some of these shows kind of go maybe half 80s, half 90s. So it is what it is when
Yeah.
it comes to that. Roseanne is in there at number 4. Number 5, another iconic person for the 80s, Murphy Brown at number 5.
Definitely.
Murphy was dope.
That was a good
It was
show.
a good show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched that a whole ton. What about you?
I did. Yeah. A lot, more than 50% of the time.
Yeah, I watched it a little bit too.
I had a crush on her.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there.
Something about powerful women, I think.
Oh.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
For older women.
Yeah.
Well, coming in at number 6 was a guy that we all
Candace
know
Bergen.
from a very classic show, the one and only Cheers. Sam Malone comes in at number 6.
That's my guy.
That's a very He comes in at number 6.
Watch
the
the
pitcher.
baseball player.
Turn bartender.
Turn bartender on. That's realistic.
That's baseball.
Yeah.
Number 7. And actually, he probably could have made it into the 70s, but this is one of them shows that, he just was a little of both. Number 7, Arnold Jackson from Different Strokes.
Huge.
That's major for me.
Arnold's huge.
Arnold
Major for me.
Jackson.
Arnold's huge.
Coming in at number 8, Norm Peterson from Cheers.
Huge.
Great show.
Yep.
And another Cheers.
Yeah.
Another Cheers guy. I mean, it's so funny because when you think about these different shows, there's a lot of characters that
On each show.
that
could be-
really made a difference.
Yeah.
And I know I've had people say to me, Scotty, it's like there's a lot of people that are missing off these shows or off this tournament. But
We know,
guys,
folks.
we can't have.
Yeah.
This is kind of a mix of decades.
Yeah.
I mean, we can revisit these along. Maybe we go top 64
Somewhere down the year, yeah.
in the 70s,
Yeah.
some 64 to 80s. But Norm Peterson gets that. Number 9, the number 9 seed, Sophia Petrillo from the Golden Girls.
Huge.
I know that was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that every. Was that on a Saturday night? Wasn't that on Saturday night?
Nope.
Or was it on?
It had to
It
be.
wasn't Friday though.
I think it was for
What's the show? I'm sorry.
Golden Girls. Wasn't it on Saturday night? I could have swore it was on Saturday nights. Because Friday
I
nights
thought
to me
Sunday.
was Friday nights to me wasn't it the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, but that was after. Golden Girls came after Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, they were probably not at the same time. I think Dukes was on for a long time.
Yeah. But they were on channel. I think the Golden Girls were on 7. Dukes was on 2.
No, Golden Girls was on NBC.
NBC?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Friday or Saturday. Maybe it was Saturday.
Maybe I thought it was a Saturday evening. All right. Anyways, number 10, MacGyver comes in at number 10. Another classic '80s show.
MacGyver.
Love the song.
You're right. Saturday nights. I just looked it up.
Saturday?
It was Golden Girls came on a Saturday night on NBC.
Saturday night. What time did it say?
Oh,
I think it was like 8:30.
8:39.
let's see. What time?
But you know how that must have been a real good show. People don't watch TV on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, that was the kind of
That's true.
But we have so much to do now.
They were on for a while.
They were.
I wonder if TV's kind of made a resurgence. I think because you have so many streaming services now, so many shows.
Yep.
Number 11, Judge Harry T. Stone of Night Court. How about that? Great show, iconic show.
I think Dan was more.
You think Dan was more?
Dan made the show.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, Dan's back on. Night Court is rebooted.
I saw that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Number 12, John Hannibal Smith from the A-Team. Now, see, I would have had Murdoch.
Yeah,
A little higher up
John
than
is he's just a professional.
He's Hannibal.
Hannibal. Yeah, everybody else
was a leader.
Yeah, they were funny. He
yeah.
wasn't funny.
Right. Yeah, he was
Well,
on
does it have to be funny, though?
No.
Because MacGyver
Right.
wasn't funny.
That's true.
No. I had an 18 van too. Shout out to 18.
Well, let me say this.
Had that van.
Did you just pretend like your dad's van was the A-Team?
No, his is white. I had
okay.
the actual toy van.
Okay.
Let's just say he wasn't entertaining to me.
Okay.
He loved it when the plan came together.
That
Though.
was all.
With the cigar.
Yep. He was just but everybody else was really like
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Murdoch was my favorite.
Face was mine.
Yeah.
Howling Mad Murdoch.
Murdoch was mine.
Coming in at number 13. This is a show I think was on, if I'm not mistaken, guys, this was a show Saturday night, maybe? I could be wrong. Sonny Crockett, Miami Vice, number 13. Was that a Saturday night show?
Friday night.
Was it a Friday night show?
Yeah. 10 o'clock.
Yep. Sure was.
I think that was a CBS show.
CBS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crockett. Wow.
Coming in at number 14. Your dad's favorite. Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote.
Jessica's big. Big.
That's an iconic show.
Still comes on now.
I really enjoyed Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Yeah. Female Matlock.
Yes, she was. She was the female
Without the law
version.
degree.
Without, right.
Number 15, Jefferson Davis Hogg. We know him as the boss.
The boss.
Boss.
Boss Hogg.
Number 15. But see, when I think of the Dukes of Hazzard, though, I can almost think of Roscoe P. Coltrane as a kind of or Cooter, or maybe Enos.
Yeah, because Bo and Luke were together.
Yeah.
So they were
Right.
the same. So, yeah. Roscoe might have.
Interesting. Interesting.
Boss is funny, though.
And rounding out the number 16, Michael Knight from Knight Rider. It's an iconic. Like I said, I think a lot of people. I think we could have done the 70s and 80s together.
Yeah.
Because when I look at it, when I look at different, when we go next week into the 90s, and we talked about it last week, a lot of these decades, especially the 2000s, Lord have mercy, it kind of.
He could have been more for Baywatch.
Yeah, he probably could have.
Because the car was a show.
Well, a lot of this information was taken from. I didn't come up with that. All of these together. Came up with the tournament, but I didn't come up with that. But anyway, so the first matchup we'll talk about in a few minutes. So the matchups are going like this. Number 1, Thomas Magnum will take on Michael Knight from Knight Rider, the 16 seed. The number 2 seed, Cliff Huxtable, will take on the number 15 seed, Boss Hogg. Norm Peterson will take on, at number 8, will take on number 9, Sophia Petrillo. That's going to be a knockout dragout, I think.
8 and 9s are.
Yeah. A 7-10 matchup. The number 7, Arnold Jackson, will take on number 10, MacGyver.
Arnold's a sleeper.
Yeah. Number 4, Roseanne, will take on number 13, Sonny Crockett. And then the 3-14 matchup, number 3, Alex B. Keaton, will take on number 14, Jessica Fletcher. Number 5, Murphy Brown, will take on John T. Hannibal at number 12. And rounding out the region, number 6, Sam Malone, will take on number 11, Harry T. Stone. So, yeah, I think this is we got some good games coming up.
I would say so.
But before we go into the matchups themselves, there are some things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think one of them was LeBron. Right?
Wow.
I mean, I'm not a big LeBron lover by no means.
Well,
But hey,
yeah,
You made that very clear.
we're going to give it to this Blank's guy. So we'll give it to
this is Blank's guy?
Yeah, we'll let
well,
Blank
I
go.
didn't know LeBron was your guy.
I am a LeBron fan. I'm a fan because of the fact that this dude is a freak of nature. I'm not a fan necessarily of his personality when it comes to how he plays and some of the, the lack of what I call being a MBK. And an MBK is a natural born killer. But I gave you guys on the show last week the reason why he's not.
Yep.
So there's a why.
Go ahead. Give it again real quick.
LeBron
Explain it.
wasn't blessed to have black men or men in his life
Okay, I see what you
in
mean.
his younger career coming through or at all to kind of mold him and show him how to prepare himself. Yet he still turned out amazing.
Okay.
That says a lot about him. But he didn't have what Mike had.
Okay.
Mike had a wonderful dad, strong, right there to help him. He knows, and you look at all the dudes. I don't know anybody who's a natural born killer, as I call it, but they didn't have the legitimacy and the support of a strong man in their life. And the example I use also is Tiger Woods. Tiger's a killer,
That is true.
but he had somebody to show him.
Yeah.
He had a man right there to help him.
Michael had Dean Smith, too. Don't forget that.
Yes, Mike had Dean. Mike had Dad. Then Mike, had some decent coaches when he got into the NBA who could help lead as well. Phil Jackson was not any slouch by any ways.
No.
He had been a successful NBA player, very sharp, an intelligent man, very driven, outspoken, respected. LeBron never had that. Kobe even had it. God rest his soul. Kobe had his
Kobe's dad,
dad who played in the NBA.
Is Kobe's dad still alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Mike, go ahead, Bank, real quick. But Mike had, LeBron had coaches that feared him.
Yeah,
So
and he was older than some of the coaches.
right.
LeBron was older.
He was a coach.
He was a coach. He's older than Sproles, isn't he?
Spoelstra
Yeah, he's older than Sproles.
might be the same age. Yeah, yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
he's older than a couple of these guys that coached him, and that's just not having the guidance to give him what we felt like he's always missing. I think people don't like LeBron because LeBron whines too much, or LeBron is too theatrical, and he complains about stuff on the court, and he wants people to help him win, and everybody wanted people to help him win, guys.
Sure, absolutely.
That's a horrible example that people try to use.
It is.
But the fact that he carries himself in such a way, like LeBron flails and falls all over the court, and LeBron will have nothing wrong with him, but he'll act like he's dying. And I see it myself.
He's
See,
a flopper.
He's a flopper. But again, I'm gonna give you I'll go back to the why. He ain't had no dad to say, "Hey man, get your ass up, get up." We're not
That's an
doing
interesting
that.
outlook.
Yeah.
Shaq had who he had.
Yep.
These dudes. If you need a man to teach you and show you, and moms, I'm giving you all the credit because you deserve it. But I'm saying what a child needs, young man in that situation, they need. It would have helped to have a man to give him some of that guidance, some of that strength, some of that confidence that he needed, coming from a man that he can't get from anywhere else. Can't get it from a woman. It's no disrespect to the woman,
Right.
but they're not
They're not
equipped.
men.
They're not wired like that.
Right.
It's not what they were made for.
Right.
In that way, God didn't make them for that.
Right.
Even though a lot of them have done amazing jobs building their men up, building their young men up. I give them all the credit. But yeah, LeBron is. I'm a fan because he was able to overcome it all without having the things that the greatest had. These dudes had what he did not have, and he still was
I hear
able
what you're
to
saying.
do what he's doing. And that's pretty.
Well, that makes a difference.
And now, and I'll end with this. He seems to have gained some of that killer instinct.
A little bit. Right.
He's not what he used to be. He used to be really a passive guy.
Right.
He's really a physical ball player in his 21st year. Unbelievable to me. Because he really, it's hard to stop if he goes to the hole, when he drives to the hole. He's not going to be stopped.
Right.
But he's playing great. Been playing great now since he's been in the league.
Yep.
So I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of the overcoming part is what he's been able to do. I have the critical things that I have on him, but I'm like that. I'm honest and I'm objective when I have to be.
Okay.
Interesting. Hey.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Co? So let me just say something. How many years did Jordan play in the league?
Was it 15?
Maybe a little less, 13, 15, somewhere around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you feel like LeBron breaking a lot of these records of Jordan's is legitimate because he's played so much longer?
Well,
Because like I said, when you even look at football, Jerry Rice played 20 years in football?
He did.
And he had and I don't think there's anybody really even in a really close second to Jerry Rice in receiving. I think that makes a difference.
Well, you do
I
something
guess
longer.
you did what is it? Did he score? Was it 40,000 points he scored?
yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think if anybody that plays 100 years, of course they're going to score.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
not taking anything away. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has their opinions. LeBron isn't my guy per se, but one, I'm not a huge basketball player.
right.
Or fan. Or fan. But I if I look at it, I like a guy like Larry Bird. Intensity, wants to win, stays in the gym, shoots a million shots. He was automatic.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, when you look at records, I think a lot of things are, people are gonna. If somebody, how many years did Hank Aaron play in the league? He got 755. Well, then you had Bonds come around, and I think Bonds was in the league longer than Hank.
Yeah, but the beauty about Hank is he never hit over 30 home runs.
Jesus.
That's
What?
that's insane.
Are you serious?
Never hit over 30 home runs. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. I don't know. To LeBron, everybody knows I'm a Kobe guy, Michael guy,
Yep.
Zeke guy.
Yep.
I like LeBron, but I don't like LeBron. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. For the reasons I just talked about.
Exactly. So he flops.
Yep.
He leaves. He goes to
Different team.
Miami with Bosh and Wade. He leaves there. He doesn't tell Wade he's leaving. I didn't see him at Kobe's funeral. He wasn't at Wade's inauguration for the Hall of Fame. But you best believe Wade will be at his. I think he is a passive aggressive guy.
Yeah.
I think LeBron is like a strong when he wants to be. I think he just kind of turns it on and off. And I don't like the fact that he's comfortable with like taking days off all the time. Like Kobe didn't do it. Michael didn't do it. Isaiah didn't do it. Like those guys played 82 games if they could. They played 90.
But do you think now it's more with LeBron? He's just trying to
Well, LeBron
extend
runs
his
the
career
league.
line. Right.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a totally different league.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you still hold him accountable even at this point in his career? Like at 21 years, you still like he need to play 82 games?
Not now.
Okay.
Not now. I hear what you're saying. Do I think the 40,000 is a big deal? No, I don't. I always, Karl Malone scored a lot of points. For the most time, he was second all-time scorer before LeBron overtook his.
That's true.
So it doesn't, and nobody mentions how great Karl Malone was. He was great.
He was.
But nobody mentions it. So the points, I don't really care about. The fake tears LeBron did with the Cleveland, this is for you. I just think he's more of a, and here's the thing. I compare him to A-Rod, and this is why.
Of course.
Ah.
I don't think
Another Yankee comparison.
Yeah.
Right here on the
But this-
Coe and Bro Opinion Show.
but this is what it is, guys. Talented. They're so gifted. They don't even know how gifted they are.
They're different.
They don't even know how gifted they are.
Yeah, they're different.
And sometimes I think both of them are just afraid to fail.
Oh, no.
Because
doubt.
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
They're so
That's a
talented
good point.
and they're so gifted. LeBron sometimes, I don't want to do. I don't want this moment. I'm gonna. Even though you're supposed to shoot.
I think he used to be that way. I don't think he's that way anymore, though. See.
Yeah, he used to be. Not now.
Yep.
Now he's just going full.
Yeah.
Full.
I don't-
Full steam ahead.
Yep, I agree. But yeah,
You know.
I definitely think he want to shoot free throws.
I've never seen anybody attack the basket better.
Yep.
Understands the game. I think he understands the game.
Smartest dude.
Smart. He's up there with Bird and Magic IQ wise and all those guys. He's that type of player.
Well, let me throw this question out to you then. How would LeBron have fared in the late 80s?
I think he would have been fine.
Yeah.
You think he would have been as dominant as he is now? Or was not? Well, I can't say LeBron's as dominant like he was maybe 10 years ago. But would he have been taking over games with the physicality that it was in the 80s, late 80s? LeBron, I don't think would have been flopping around.
He's big enough to take it on. He's strong enough. He's fast enough. So yeah, I think I think he would have been fine in the 80s because he's still a talent. He still is. He can dribble. He can shoot a little bit. You know what I mean? He can see the floor. He's 6'8". So he has a repertoire. I call him the Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. But I'm just not an over big fan of him. One thing I will give him is he handled the whole chosen one thing to a T.
I agree.
To a T.
I agree.
That's a lot of pressure.
For a kid.
A lot of pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is
pressure.
time for the first game.
Okay.
Oh, Nelly.
Give me a number 1 to 16, Corey.
Let's go with Alex, 13. Alexander the Great.
Okay. Here in the 80s icon TV characters. The number 13 gives you number 4 Roseanne taking on Sonny Crockett from Miami Vice. Who do you have, Corey?
Sonny.
Wow. A 13-4 upset.
It's that time of life. It's
Son.
that kind of year now. With
Sonny.
Well,
with
Sonny was a fashion icon, so you got to give him that.
definitely.
And like I said, I think Roseanne would have been more for me a 90s TV show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can agree with you on the
I'm going to go Sonny.
the Sonny. Yeah.
Because and this, real quick, this is why I'll say it. Nobody could have fit in. They tried to do nobody could have fit in for Crockett. There couldn't have been no other Crockett. Roseanne went on after.
She did other things.
Yeah. So that show, a great show, the O'Connors, whatever, but I'm going to go with Crockett. Shout out to Sonny.
Sonny Crockett, the number 13 seed, defeating the number 4 seed.
Upset.
Roseanne. I think there's going to be a lot of upsets in this iconic TV characters decade. I just do. I don't know. I feel like there is.
I think the number ones will be the number ones, but we'll see how it works.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
True to the March Madness way is the way college basketball is right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody.
I already saw a late minute buzzer shot.
Yep.
All right. The next game comes in. Tony, give me a number from 1 to 16.
Shout out to LeBron, too, 40,000. Go ahead, Tony.
Shout out to LeBron. No doubt. Hey, I'm going to go number 7, my brother's jersey number. Shout out to Joe Blank.
Yep.
Smooth used to wear number 7, and I'm going to go with 7.
Okay.
Joe Smooth.
Joe Smooth.
The number 7 will give you number 6, Sam Malone takes on number 11, Judge Harry T. Stone. Who do you have?
I think I told you guys what I did when I went to California a few weeks ago and what I watched.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, man, it was iconic to watch it. So I got to go with Sam.
Sam Malone it is.
Yep.
Sam Malone defeats number 11, Judge Harry T. Stone. Sam is an icon.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is, man.
He is.
Yeah.
And he went on to do
A lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff.
A lot of movies.
Movies, and I think he had a pretty successful TV career
Ted
even
Danson.
After.
He's made a lot of
Ted
money.
Yeah,
Made
Ted
a lot of
Danson.
freaking money, man.
Yes, he has.
Still making it.
Still making it.
So Sam Malone will grab that game.
Yes.
Guys, give me a number so that I can make my pick.
El Capitan 2. Number 2.
This should be good.
The number 2 game gives me the number 8 seed, Norman Peterson of Cheers, taking on number 9, Sophia Petrillo. That's a hard one, guys.
I knew that was going to be. I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
You know,
I didn't want that one.
That is a rough
I'm
one.
glad you got it, Scott.
I am going to go.
Somebody's going to be mad.
Somebody's
Somebody's going to be really mad, but I am going to go with number 9, Sophia Petrillo, with a last-minute free throw
Okay.
to beat Norman Peterson of Cheers. So I am going. I think there's going to be a ton of upsets in this 80s bracket.
I wanted Cheers to make it to the every.
But
you wanted it a Cheers,
Cheers.
okay, so ask yourself, is Cheers still funny without Norm? How good is Golden Girls without Sophia?
Oh,
Kind of ask yourself that.
That's true.
I kind of think Scott had a crush on somebody.
One of the
Sophia Petrillo?
One of the Golden Girls. She was the youngest. out
She
of all of
was.
them in real life.
No, well, Golden Girls was one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Mine too.
And it's one of those TV shows that you can watch now
You can watch
Yeah.
it.
and still laugh.
Still laugh. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good writing.
Called good writing.
We watched it a lot in college because
Yeah.
they didn't have any cable at the time.
Okay.
So it was on 62 or 4 or something.
Yep.
And during the day, that's what we watched.
Okay.
We watched Golden Girls.
Before practice or after practice?
After. And before, if we got a chance, when we have practice going on in the winter, just winter conditioning or something, we go down and lift, get our workout in.
Okay.
Definitely. After practice, you weren't doing anything but study table.
That-
Should have done more of that.
right.
I know I should
At
have.
least the first year, anyway. You can get off study table if your GPA went up.
Right.
So getting away from the bracket for a minute,
Okay.
we went LeBron and his 40,000 points.
Yep.
What else did you have on that list?
I didn't really come. I was asking you guys if you wanted to talk about anything special. I did want to talk about.
No, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
You're the one that comes up with the lists all the time.
No, not all the time.
And
You took that. You kind of did it too.
He does that, Tony.
I just throw him
now
out.
all of a sudden he comes waltzing in with no list.
No.
And we don't have anything to talk about.
Do we want?
No, I do.
Do we want to discuss BBLs?
I wanted to discuss. Yeah,
BBLs.
we didn't. I know. I wanted to.
We can discuss BBLs.
I was going to ask you, Lions lovers. Did you know? Same. They were talking today. I wanted to throw this guys at you too.
Sure.
That's why I said it's kind of a freelance here. They were talking about Amon-Ra, money.
Oh yeah.
If Sneed's open.
Yeah.
Is Amon-Ra top 10? Is he top 5? Is he, would you rather have? And they were talking about, him being a home run hitter. I don't think he is. I never thought he was. But I wanted to see where you guys were with, Sneed's available.
Sneed.
Are you going to, the corner for,
Ladarius Sneed. Yeah.
yeah.
Legarius or.
yeah, so
Is it
how,
Legarius?
yeah, so,
Darius.
so how do you guys feel? Like, first of all, do you think he's a top 10 receiver in the league? Do you think he is, if he leaves, are the Lions still as good if they bring in some defensive help? What do you guys think? What's your, because everybody's going to have to get some money here sooner or later.
It's not enough money in the NFL to pay players. It's difficult.
I think
Very, very difficult.
I think the Lions will end up trying to build through the draft
yeah, they
with
have, yeah.
cornerbacks, even with cornerbacks. I would like to see him maybe go after Xavier Howard that the Dolphins just released, a cornerback who's put up good stats for the Dolphins the past few years. I think he was actually even a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
I think he's a guy that could fit in there, and he might not take a ton of money. I think Sneed would back you up in regards to the salary cap. And is he that? To me, is he worth it to put that kind of money on the table? I mean, I like the guy. Don't get me wrong, but is he worth paying all that money when you could probably find maybe somebody with about the same amount of talent that is probably not going to require that much salary? I don't know.
Hey, well, now you guys are in the big leagues. So
Yeah.
make the decision.
Yeah. Look, Scott, if you're gonna be a Super Bowl contender, you gotta have great players on your roster.
I think we talked about that last
Yes,
week.
we did.
You ain't gonna be able to do it with just good players.
Yeah.
Good players doesn't win you Super Bowls.
Is he a top 5 receiver? Is he a top 10 receiver?
And I'm going to go on a limb for everybody that's watching the show. I am
Darius-
not a Lions fan. I know I've gotten.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I know I've been thrown onto that bandwagon just because I was trying to play devil's advocate last week. But listen, is Sneed a guy that can turn around your secondary?
Sneed?
Yeah.
You
A corner-
think that by himself right now?
Look, if you can get a guy that you have to respect one side of the field, it changes things for you offensively.
Yeah. And there's no more shutdowns. Let's get that.
No, it's not that, but
He changes.
he changes
the
the
scope.
dynamic for you defensively because it allows you defensively, guys, so you understand. You can bring pressure from a lot of different places if you know one side of the field is covered.
Makes sense.
You don't mind taking a chance on that if you know you got this guy on this side. And you can roll the coverage the other way. You can support the corner on the other side. You can double the other side
Yeah.
and leave this guy over here by himself and then bring pressure to his side so that a throw has to be made quick. It has to be made incredibly well, and a lot of times mistakes are made.
Yep.
So me as a D coordinator, if I got a guy who's Charles Woodson, Ty Law, I know I'm a Michigan-based guy. I can't help it. But Deion Sanders, I bring pressure
Charles Woodson.
from
Both Woodson.
Yeah, I bring pressure from
Dar-
that corner side.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm blitzing from that side.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to double the backside.
Okay.
You know, depending upon numbers wise. If it's 3-by-1, 3 receivers to the other side, then you can line them up. And you can play a man zone concept. Backside, you can go with some underneath help with this great corner you got. But you can bring 5. Do the numbers. Football is about numbers.
Okay.
If you put 4 on one side and you put 1 or 2 on the other side, that's 6. Now you got 5 guys that you can rush. It's 5 against 5.
A lot of yep.
All right, they got to send a back out, and they got if they want to try to get anything done. If not, if you got those 4 guys that are really good up front too to help. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm telling you, he could make a major difference.
Is it the only quarterback out there right now that could make a difference?
I don't know about that now.
No, it's there's corners out there. You know, but Snead is good. Mm-hmm. You know, he's real good. But there's other corners out there. You know, I'm just saying from a Lions standpoint, what do you do now? And when the you know they, you know, you got the golf thing and everybody was talking to Armand Ross. Did you? Like I said, I've always no knock on it. I think he's a slot guy. I don't think he's
top 10 though, huh?
Is he top 10?
I don't know. I don't know if he's top 10. I like him as a football player.
You don't think Amon-Ra Brown's a top 10 wide receiver in the league right now?
No.
Is that just because he's only played 2 years?
No, is it 3 or 2? It's 3 years, isn't it?
Well, okay, 2 or 3.
I don't know. Man, it seemed like he's been there more
I mean,
than that.
is he a number one deep threat? No, he's more of a slot guy.
Right, I've been saying that for, yeah.
Yeah, nobody said he was going to be.
But the question, this is the question that they're dealing with. You know, who do you pay? Who do you draft? The brain trust. I don't know. If you just look at the list, you know, you can go through the receiver list and compare. You can throw the big guns out there. I don't know.
Well,
He's not better than the 2 kids in Cincinnati, I don't think.
You don't think he's
Is it
better
Chase?
than T. Higgins?
Chase, I'm saying.
Well,
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
You don't think he's better than Higgins?
No.
Really?
I don't.
Yeah.
Is that just because you guys hate the Lions?
No,
I don't hate him.
I just think size wise, T.
don't like
Higgins has an amazing upside, and T. Higgins can go to another team and be a star.
I mean, it looks like he could possibly. They might be trading him.
Yeah, see that's
From what I've been hearing.
Can Amon can he do that?
I think here goes one for you. I think he's better than Debo.
Well, Debo Samuel can't stay healthy.
No, I'm just saying. People love Debo. I think Amon-Ra is better than him. He's not better than Jefferson.
Jefferson. Justin?
The kid from Minnesota, and it's Jefferson.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. Yeah.
Devontae? No.
Devonta Smith, you mean?
Adams.
Oh, Devontae Adams?
Yeah. No.
Is he better than him? No, I wouldn't say that. But to say that he's on a top 10 wide receiver, I don't know about that.
He'll be right. Maybe 12.
Is he there
Probably 10,
statistically?
I don't know.
Is he there statistically?
I think so.
Okay.
He might.
I do.
He might be. He's not better than Amari Cooper.
No.
Amari Cooper?
No, he's not.
Please.
Look it up. You can look at the career. Amari's a better route runner and a deep threat.
Career wise,
Yeah.
sure.
He went better than last.
He had a great year.
He went nuts last year,
And I think
but he's just not seen.
stays.
Amari Cooper is hurt all the time.
Stays.
He wasn't last year.
Okay, he caught
Same
119 balls last year.
Who?
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, he did.
That sounds about right.
1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns.
No, his stats is there.
It's his third year. He had 912 yards his first year, 90 receptions. He's only gotten better every year since he's been in the league.
That's what we're asking. Is he top 10?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think he surpassed Diggs.
Well, if he's top 10, then that's even more reason for me to criticize the coaching.
Oh, I agree with you.
Because why in God's name?
Well, he was nowhere to be found in the big moment of the Frisco game.
Well,
He was nowhere to be found.
in Dallas, when they cheated the Lions, they didn't even attempt to throw him the football on either fourth down play.
And actually, looking at stats for
He didn't know the rules.
Amari Cooper, he caught
He has good numbers. He always has good numbers.
40 or 50 more balls than Amari last year. Of course, the quarterback play was a lot less,
Right.
so we know that.
Right.
But yeah, I think he's a top tenner.
Is he better than the kid from the Jets?
Who?
Is he better than the kid from Philly?
From Philly.
Brown.
A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
Well, what you're seeing with A.J. Brown is he's finally stayed healthy. That was I believe, one of the big reasons why the Tennessee Titans got rid of him, because he couldn't stay healthy. Amon Round caught him about 15 more balls than A.J. Brown.
But then
He had more yardage.
Then there's different. It's different.
Right.
You know, like slot wise, nobody's better than him. Probably just Cooper.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like from the slot.
Nakua.
Is he a slot guy?
Nakua?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that took over for Cooper Kupp, because Cooper Kupp was
I know, but Cooper came back though. So
Yeah.
they both slots.
I would say so, because
they don't have a number one receiver then
Statistically, they got Armand number 3.
for last year.
Yeah, they got CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and then Armand.
For last year, yeah, he had good numbers last year.
Yeah, great numbers.
Right.
He had
Yeah.
third.
Well, he's not better than Tariq.
Touchdowns, and then he had Evan Ingram, and Michael Pittman, and Keenan Allen, and Stephon Diggs, and
right.
look, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams.
Jamar, but see the problem I've always said with wide receivers is they have to get the ball from a quarterback in order to get their stats. If Burrow was hurt all year, that's why Jamar Chase's went down. Is he a top receiver, Jamar Chase? Absolutely, I agree.
No question.
But that's the only thing when you try to rate receivers. I mean, do you go by what? If you're not using stats, what else do you go by? I mean, when you look at the stats,
hands
for a St. Brown,
hands, routes, speed, size.
Okay, Laquan Treadwell had all those things. What did he do? You got to prove. So you can't always just say, "Well, he's got great hands. He's going to be an all-star or an all-pro."
No, you just ask. What do you look at? It's
Right.
not besides the receiver throwing the ball. So you look at hands, route, speed, size, availability, which are my
But like I said, don't you think that it just depends on what kind of offense they're in and the quarterback throwing to them?
and you need a quarterback.
Because look at what was it Garrett Wilson that was supposed to be have this breakout season if Aaron Rodgers would have been thrown to him, and it could have been a whole different ball game for the Jets this year, whole different season. Right?
What about the kid in Pittsburgh? He's nice.
Who? Pickens?
Yeah, he's nice.
Okay. Well, there's your issue with no quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
So and then I think Devontae Adams, with him not having a quarterback, so to speak. I mean, McConnell did okay for the Raiders, but obviously he had better stats with Derek Carr.
Yep.
Under the center,
of course.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you got to look at again what did Derek Carr do with Thomas? But he can never stay healthy either. But I think Thomas is better than St. Brown.
Michael Thomas,
yeah,
is better than St. Brown.
Yeah,
healthy. He's a creature.
Yeah,
right.
He's one of the
best. But he's also on the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
He's wrapping it up.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, when he was healthy, absolutely, he was probably just as prolific as Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with you.
I like St. Brown as a slot guy.
I do too.
I'm actually shocked. The Buccaneers re-signed Evans. Like that?
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
2
just
years.
did. 2 years.
What did they give him? $50 million a year?
I don't know.
When I seen it, I was like, wow. I mean, there's a guy that's kind of on the tail end of his,
But he's Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, he's durable,
That's all he
man.
is.
He's big.
Yeah.
But he's hurt a lot. That's another one. It's hurt. When he's healthy, he's great.
Yeah.
When he's hurt, but I mean that could be any player.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
All right, let's go back
time.
to the.
I'm waiting on the BL.
We'll talk about the BBLs here in a second.
Play.
Tony, give me a number 1 to 16.
11, Zeke. Isaiah Thomas.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
My favorite player of all time, though.
Are you
question.
ready for this?
Captain.
Number 3, Alex P. Keaton takes on number 14, Jessica Fletcher, in a 3-14 matchup. Murder, She Wrote versus Family Ties.
Michael J. Fox. Is that Michael J?
Yeah, Michael J. Yeah, had a great career in the movies, Back to the Future movies.
I got to go with Michael J., even though I loved Murder, She Wrote. That upset was possible in my brain for like a second.
Really?
But Michael J., he's done some great things, and that show was really, really good as a kid growing up, too.
Yeah.
So,
Good pick.
Alex P. Keaton moves on to take on number 6, Sam Malone. That's the next matchup. So we got Sophia Petrillo, who moved on. We have Sonny Crockett, who moved on. Cole, give me another number.
3.
A number 3 matchup. You will see number 7, Arnold Jackson, take on number 10, MacGyver. I already know where you're going to go with this.
This is a no-brainer. I don't know. What you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
Do you remember when he got beat up by the Gooch?
Yep.
Great show.
Yep. What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
Arnold Jackson
Mr.
moves
Trump.
on. Guys, give me another number so I can choose one.
Go ahead, Blake. That was the easiest one of the night so far.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. Let's go with number 5.
Number 5
Good number.
will show me number 2, Cliff Huxtable. Will take on number 15, Jefferson Davis Hogg. Cliff Huxtable, number 2. Okay. Iconic TV dad.
For sure.
Takes on a guy who, you know, every Friday night I watched old JD.
Okay, what you do?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Make the right.
Iconic. I am going with number 2, the 2 seed. Cliff Huxtable will move on in a 20-point blowout of JD Hogg.
I was gonna say, Scott, you're gonna lose your black card. And you win Boss Hogg.
Well, listen.
I liked Hogg. Married to Lulu.
Right. It was a more iconic show
Yeah.
with Cliff Huxtable.
Oh yeah.
And actually, you probably could have put Cliff Huxtable in the 90s with that show.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Late 80s, 90s, yeah.
So,
Yep.
right now, Cliff Huxtable will take on number 7, Arnold Jackson. And number 10, Alex P. Keaton will take on number 6, Sam Malone.
Oh, man, this is going to get really,
This is
good.
tough. Those Thursday night lineups.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me another number, Tony.
Another legendary number for bro, number 2, Joe Smooth.
Yep.
The number 2 game
Oh,
will see number 5, Murphy Brown.
Candace.
Murphy Brown will take on number 12, John Hannibal Smith of the A-Team. Who do you have, Tony? Do we see another upset?
Depends on who you think is.
2 different type of show. Well,
Jeez.
action comedy, political comedy. Yeah.
I gotta. Is Murphy?
Who do you have?
I gotta go with Murphy Brown.
Murphy Brown.
Shout out to Blink.
Gotta go with Murphy Brown, man. I know C had a crush on him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I thought that was a really, really good show.
It was.
Interesting.
It was.
So Murphy Brown pulls it off. She moves on to take on Sonny Crockett, the number 13 Sonny Crockett from Miami Vice.
Okay.
Wow.
This thing is getting hot.
I will take the next game.
This thing is
That'll
getting
put us into the next
hot.
regions of games. The number 1 Thomas Magnum is taking on number 16 Michael Knight. 2 very good shows. I thought Magnum PI was better. Michael Knight comes in at number 16 with the big. Did he have the Trans Am or was it a Camaro?
Camaro.
Was it a
And
Camaro?
it talked to him.
Knight. He had to come.
I think it was Camaro.
Was it a Camaro?
I think.
Interesting.
Don't quote me on it.
Okay, man. Well, I am going to go in a route. The number 1 seed, Thomas Magnum from Magnum PI, moves on to take on a very, very tough Sophia Petrillo. That is going to be a good matchup, guys.
It's gonna be really good.
Yeah, it's getting tough. It's getting tough.
Tough in the league.
It's getting tough.
So we went into the breakaway from the tournament here.
Yeah.
We talked about, we were going to go talk about BBLs.
Well, Blank sent us the email and all that.
Oh, I
And
didn't see this email.
Yeah,
Why?
this
You
was
guys
last-
don't
no-
send me any
no, this-
BBL
I
emails?
did.
It was last week.
It's in a group chat.
Yeah, it was
It's in a group chat?
Yeah.
It's with me. We're in it together.
Yeah. And yeah, you missed
I don't know why I didn't see that.
We're in this thing together.
Maybe my wife's seen it and she just erased it or something. I don't know.
May have.
It's possible. So explain to me the BBLs
Yeah,
thing.
please.
Well,
And what have you heard and what do you know? And here we go.
it's a thing that women are doing where they're getting surgery done to their bodies. They call it getting snatched. Where they get fat taken from their stomach. A lot of the times, so their stomach and waist is smaller,
Okay.
and some of the time they'll have that transferred into their butt. Yep.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll just get it taken out and they'll get silicone in their butt. So ultimately, you just, and the women they do it with their breasts as well. But I think a lot of times, to me, that's a sensitive matter because women dealing with breast cancer, dealing with anything like that,
Yeah.
there's nothing to discuss. That's what they want to do, and that's what's it's going to help them feel better about what they just went through.
So you're pro BBL.
I am no.
Well, pro BBL, I mean, that wouldn't have anything to do with cancer, though. People aren't going to get their butt lifted unless they had buttocks cancer. Right?
I'm against it all if you don't have any type of health ailment.
Oh, okay. I see where
I
you're
don't
going with this.
have any attraction to a woman who, and I mean no disrespect to anybody. This is what you like. It's your body. I get to like what I like too. I get to have a preference of what I like, and that's not what I like. I don't like women that go and get their butts done.
Sounds pricey.
Well, it's definitely.
I would like to know.
10,000, 15,000.
Well, I will say this. My wife follows a boutique in Southfield called Swankaposh. And they have, that comes up on Instagram all the time, they have these things called, is it fajas? Have you ever heard of them?
No.
It's almost like this girdle
oh,
that,
yeah, I've heard of those.
that lifts your butt up,
yeah.
but it's like something that it doesn't require surgery, but it lifts your butt up like a BBL.
Yeah, I've heard.
What do you think of that?
I've heard. It's almost like guys wearing jockey straps, and the thing is a strap back there. And
So-
lifts you.
Well, hey, everybody.
So but when you go to bed,
when you go to bed, you take it off. It's like a Spanx for your ass, basically. Lifts up the butt.
I want to hear you guys' perspective of this. I know how I feel. I'm not a fan of BBLs. Health purposes are reasons why I don't want to see our women getting caught up in situations where it hurts them health wise, because it does. Women have died from it, and I'm just trying to get.
I've heard of.
Well,
that.
I think I've seen more horrible looking BBLs than I've seen
Exactly.
nice looking BBLs.
I've seen, and
I don't think they wear very well.
No, and I don't think they even know they look bad. I don't think they know that they really look bad, and not that they're not beautiful women, but the job was horribly done.
Yeah.
And their butt looks terrible.
Some hotel doctor. Dr. Eastside.
Now I heard. Does this happen here in Michigan, or is it
Everywhere.
You have to go out of?
You go out of the country.
Country to do it,
you
or
can
states to do it.
And I know people who've gone out the country, and they did a decent job, but it's too much. I never understood. I don't understand. And I've heard women say to me, well, it's because this is what these men like, and this is why I think it's good for this conversation.
Well, what do you like?
I like a natural woman.
You like a natural ass.
I'm asking. No,
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm asking the woman.
What do you like? Yeah, well, obviously they don't like themselves.
Well, we don't have any women.
They don't
here
like
to ask.
themselves in some way.
No,
because
I'm
they're changing their body.
It's just hypothetical. I'm just saying. What do you? I'm getting to a point. Do you like yourself? Obviously, you don't like yourself or what you got. Isn't there room to do things naturally to get to that?
Yeah, you would hope.
Or this is just the fast remedy?
And look, I've heard women say that it's they notice how men watch how men watch other women when they walk in the club, and how these women have these bodies, and I'm like,
That's all promoted now. Yeah,
but I don't believe that either. I'm like, what? Like, look, if I see
insecure.
Well, I think looks are. I think it looks
a fake butt.
Yeah,
I'm immediately turned off.
it's all social media driven. Everybody's on. If you look at social media in general, somebody's always in some skimpy outfit, showing off their
That's how you get your likes and twerks and all that. Yeah, but listen. I'm not saying like I've seen it, and some of it looks the part, but for me, like if I want to grab a woman or whatever, she's I like the
realness.
I don't like the stiffness of a body.
Yeah, hard boot.
Yeah. I think a
You
woman
got a basketball in her butt.
I think a woman should be soft. Even, like just work with what you got, I think.
Man, that's the beauty
Work
of it
with
for me.
what you got.
And just if there's ways to go. Isn't there ways to go about doing it without doing that?
Well, I think the problem is when these people do get these surgeries, it's not gradual. It's one day, they have a small behind, and the next day they got to buy a jean that's 2 sizes too big from what they wore before.
Well, here's another thing too. What does the squat do in the gym? Does that make it harder, or does that make your butt hard, a woman's butt hard? Like,
I don't know.
We should have muscle.
It gives
Does
it shape. It gives it shape.
But it takes away the softness.
But yeah.
Well,
No, it's got to be soft.
Well, look. At the end of the day, you just like you just mentioned, Scott. You got to put these clothes on. Mm-hmm. It looks so awkward because their legs are way smaller than their butt.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just at a restaurant maybe a couple weeks ago with my wife, and we both looked at each other when the girl came in. She had 2 stick legs. I mean, they look like chicken legs. Mm-hmm. And then there was this horrible, and it was like the weirdest shaped. Like it was definitely a botched BBL, but she thought she was the cat's pajamas, man.
But something like that doesn't seem healthy. Like to take this from your stomach area or extra, and that just doesn't seem healthy. Like a healthy procedure to me. Yeah. Like something can happen. Maybe not right then, but down the road. And any surgery is dangerous, right? So
yeah. I agree.
I don't know. I just like the natural lady, like the natural.
Look, stretch marks. I like the stretch marks.
The natural lady,
She knows. Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, natural. Your wife, she's naturally.
So what you're saying is you like that booty that kind of
it's natural.
It's natural. It's
soft.
Has that shake to it.
It does its own
It's
thing.
not. It's not
It does its
rock
own thing.
hard.
It's not controlled by
Is that what you're saying, Corey?
whatever.
I'm not saying it.
Matter of fact, they don't have any control over it.
Right. There you go.
There
you go.
They shake it, but they're shaking whatever. It's like a basketball.
So Nikki does nothing for you.
Nikki's horrible.
Okay.
And I listen. Let me make sure that's clear.
A little Kim was natural, but she went crazy.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm clear on this.
Yeah.
I love Nicki Minaj as a artist, and I enjoy her music.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Lil' Kim even more as an artist.
Okay.
I really, really love her music too. I am in total disagreement of the
Body shaping.
of the deformation
Okay.
of their bodies.
Okay.
It looks deformed. It doesn't look like a regular body.
Yeah. It doesn't look right. I was rocking with Kim back in the day. Kim was naturally just a cute girl, gorgeous girl.
Gorgeous, beautiful.
Yeah.
But I think most people, in my opinion, that go and get these surgeries,
It's money and
it's more of, I think they just don't have a great self-esteem.
Oh, I agree.
And it's,
Well, yeah,
and
that's
I
where it
think it's,
starts.
and that's
Security.
why they try to,
Secure with
because my
yourself.
thing is like, don't get me wrong, I like a nice ass, so to speak. I mean,
All right.
but to say that you can, somebody that doesn't have one, I think people put too much emphasis on body parts.
Well, here's the thing, because when men look at a woman, the first thing a woman is thinking that he's looking at me physically.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Okay.
That's how it starts.
Okay.
You never hear a guy say, God, I love her mind in the beginning.
No, you have to see it.
Man, her mind look good. Her
Well,
brain-
I mean, if you could say that in the beginning.
No. I'm talking about
If you've went out and the
No,
first
no.
thing you don't do
No.
is sleep with her.
no. What I'm saying is the first time you see her, not sitting down and have a conversation with her. I'm saying the first time when you see a woman, you don't say her mind looks good or her nose. Like I like noses, but I'm
You
saying,
like noses?
Shout out to
Phil?
Hallie. Hallie, Julia Roberts,
I
dope
knew
nose.
Hallie was coming.
But
Gosh.
what I'm saying, Blake,
Gosh damn, go.
you look at her physically.
She's got a beautiful nose.
Yeah, she cute nose. I like cute nose.
You look at her physically. You don't say, until you have that sit down conversation.
it's 'cause
So
so-
they're thinking to themselves, I can catch this ball player. I can catch this lawyer. I can catch this doctor if I just bring it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the looks. I'm going to get the attention. Women like attention. Even when you lock them in for marriage, they still like attention. So just imagine, them going to get, physically enhanced or whatever. Now they got it. And like you said, they see all this stuff. Oh, she's getting the money. The strippers getting the money. And a lot of times, a lot of strippers don't even do that.
Right.
They're just naturally thick and just, moving around. So,
Yeah.
but women see it, especially as young women. I don't see a lot of older women
Well,
going,
I think a lot of these women out here, they don't realize that they're
Look how I look like a fool.
out here looking like a fool. I think don't get me wrong. And it's so bad because when you even look at celebrities now, since we're going to this, how
Hallie's
many
natural.
celebrities
Hallie's natural.
have we seen that have just butchered their face because they feel like we see it on the soaps when we watch it.
because the fear of getting older.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is you could be right, and it's a self-esteem
Fear of
issue
getting
too. Oh, I'm not young anymore. I'm not going to get the part. Well, no, you're not because you're 65.
Yeah,
You're
go
not
for a
going to get a
65-year-old.
20-year-old
Right.
heroine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be the new. You're 65. You got to go with the flow.
Unless you're Hallie.
Or Sinai.
Oh Lord.
They can stick it. But yeah, it boils back down to who do you like? Do you like? You can't lie to the man in the mirror.
So when you're looking
be
at
like-
a woman, Co,
You gotta love yourself.
and since you say you can't look at the brain,
You can't.
so
Not
what's
in-
the
not in
first
beginning.
thing that you look when you see?
Face and body. Face. I look at the face.
Yes.
If I can't see the face, I
That's
look
the
at body.
first thing you
If
look at
she's-
is the
if-
face.
If she's in front of me, then I'm looking at her body. I'm not here to lie. I'm just saying, like,
Well, I'm not asking you to lie.
no. I look at her body and I look at her face. I look at her face. So that goes to show you
Yeah.
right there. I'm saying it.
Well, you better than me. I might look at their booty first.
I didn't want to. I'm saying body.
Are you just trying to say that because you have? It's really the booty for
Is
you.
it well, I might look at it, make sure it's real. Oh, is it real? Then I don't waste my time
If it's not real, you don't waste time.
at all.
I'm a face guy.
At all.
I am. I like the face. I like a beautiful face. But that doesn't the
See,
backside doesn't
all right, see,
bother.
She got a beautiful face. And
Yeah.
you go down, her butt
Thin?
is fake.
fake. Okay, so I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna date a woman. I would date a woman with a fake.
I'm
butt.
not. I'm saying it right now.
I don't think it's safe.
No disrespect to any woman out here, but I'm never dating you.
Okay.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think what you got to realize is, you're right. When you first look at somebody, you obviously look at the
physical.
face.
That's
I
all.
agree with you.
And they look, yeah.
and of course you look at the body to a certain extent.
Women look at the pocket.
But I think a lot of people. I think people, overemphasize certain body parts to where people just, there's guys out there. I ain't dating her unless she has a nice
Huge,
wagon.
yeah.
Huge
breast there or whatever.
Yeah.
So Blank, you.
What's that now?
I'm you.
I won't.
Okay, so do you look at the face?
Yeah, I do.
go
I do.
fake.
I care about the face. Don't get
Okay,
me wrong.
okay,
It's just that these days with fake booties.
Well, I just think I agree, but I agree with Tony though.
I gotta
agree
be a little
with
bit
Tony.
more cautious.
I think these BBLs are
Out of control. Say it, Scott.
atrocious.
Say it.
I haven't really seen any
But
ones that said to me like, "Wow," because my thing, if it's not, I mean, maybe there is some good doctors out there that can do good BBLs, and you don't realize that it's not. Because I think it has to be proportionate to your legs.
Yes, it does.
And I think it has to be proportionate to
don't
your
care.
to your waist.
I like the natural.
Corey doesn't
I'm not just
care.
gonna say I'm not dating her because she did.
No, I'm not, though.
I can't say that with Blank. I can't agree with
Hey,
Blank.
listen.
But doesn't Kim's look? We know all the history of the Kardashians.
looks horrible now.
Hers don't look real. Hers
Kim
not.
looks
Hers
horrible.
is not.
Kim who? Kardashian?
Yeah, we know the history.
no.
of
Kim
Kim.
Kardashian. Oh Lord.
Oh man, I'm not touching them just because they.
No, I'm asking. I'm just saying.
put
We know.
voodoo on
no,
you.
no, we know. We're not getting- That's another topic.
Do you see what the Kardashians did to
That
Bruce
is
Jenner?
another topic. I'm saying, does hers look
I've never looked at her.
okay?
I've never looked at her.
Can you get a lift with Jiggle? That's the question.
Shout out to my close friend, one of my best friends in the world, Yolene Williams.
Yolene.
She just she tuned in and she was like, "Y'all looking at bodies?" Like you talking about looking at the
That's
bodies. She just texted me. She's like, she's listening to the show.
Right, Yolene. I'm just saying that that's the first thing that's how it starts.
She's like, "Y'all looking at bodies?" See, you talking about looking at the face. The first thing you look at is. I'm looking at the face. I'm looking at the face.
Shout to Yolene.
Strolling.
Man, yeah.
Strolling is
Okay,
on.
let me. Physically, I'm attracted first. That's how it starts.
But so you're saying
has to be that
But
way.
what if she has a beautiful face and her body is less than desirable?
You can work with that.
You can't.
Yeah.
For how long?
I mean, you can.
For how? But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you think that it has to
But see,
kinda
I don't- okay.
all kind of coincide together in some way?
Yeah, and that's where you have to sit down in the whole thing.
Right.
So I've dated women that have been, overweight. I'm overweight. Black, white, blue. Women are women. And I was going to ask a question about white weave. Is there white?
Yeah,
weave?
white
Okay.
weaves.
Okay,
Yeah, white women were doing it probably before black women.
Okay, gotcha. So I don't
heard
keep
that.
up with that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't know.
So yeah, then after that, after the physical, then that's the sit down.
White weave. Yeah. My wife tells me all the time when she watches the news, "Oh, those are pieces. Those are pieces in the hair."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? For white women.
Okay.
Oh, those are added things. I can't tell.
See, school me, ladies. I don't know.
Because I mean, as a white guy, I don't remember growing up in high school and of course I went to a predominantly white high school.
Okay.
Surprise, right? But I mean,
So did I.
I just think like I'd never seen girls put in extra extensions in their hair. It wasn't until I met my wife and knew started to see in the black women. But that's the kind of the cool thing of black women is you can get a
black
different
women are
hair.
cool.
You can get different hairstyle.
And they do it
from
every
them.
day.
2 or 3 weeks. You know how many white women out there that keep the same hairstyle for 40 years?
Yeah, but they're
it's horrible.
But white women definitely use extensions of
Okay.
their hair, and they
Now,
definitely use
I think it's now.
Well, Scott, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you just from listening to the black women. I've heard this has been going on for a number of years. We
really?
just knew nothing about it. So check it out when you get a chance.
I'll have to
Talk to
check
your
that
wife
out.
about it. Talk, and I'm telling you,
I think-
any women who are on here and listening to us, chime in and let
Yeah.
us know.
Let us.
Oh, we can do another show. Bring some women
Yes.
on and have a chop this up.
That'd
have a
be
sit
great.
down. We can have a man and woman topic, but Hallie uses. Sometimes she's goes short, she's long. That's the beauty of Hallie.
Natural.
Yeah, that's just natural beauty. Yeah, she's. But go ahead. We'll get
Naturally beautiful.
so.
Well, I think it's all in preference. You know,
That's
like
all that.
Like I
That's
said,
all.
I mean,
that's it.
you know, hair is very important. I think so.
So she can't be bald.
No, I'm not saying that, but I think for most women, hair is important.
Hair is important. See,
Yeah.
Can't be bald.
I don't know.
I don't
know.
mind.
I don't think I want her to be bald.
Bald. I mean, we've seen
Like
pretty women
like
that are
a brush
bald.
cut wave joint.
I've seen some beautiful
Mad
women
women,
on
yeah.
social media
No doubt.
who look good like that.
Yeah.
I don't know for me.
Brigitte Nielsen back in the 80s.
Brigitte was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like hair. I like to put my fingers through it.
Okay.
When it's real.
Okay.
And no disrespect to the weave, because you can wear weave sometimes too. I'm a component of too much of anything is bad for you, ladies.
This is true. So weave good. No
Just
lip.
not every day.
Okay.
Not all day, every day for 10 years. No.
Goes back to the natural.
I need you to wear something natural in your body.
Yeah.
You can't. just
I
be a-
like
you can't
I
be a-
like my wife's natural look better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't
That's
be
just
a-
me.
Can't be a double negative.
know.
So
You got a fake butt and you wear weave all day, every day.
But see, that's the thing.
This
You,
guy.
you see those all the time. It's like, can you imagine like being single and taking you taking this girl home with you, and next thing you know, you wake up the next day and the hair is not what you thought it was, and everything about her is just you just like, what in God's green earth did I get myself into?
I feel like
I'm sure there's people out there that have ran into that.
I agree, Scott. I just think there's a beauty in the woman of
Natural
the naturalness
beauty.
of the woman.
Absolutely.
Her hair, her
Yes.
body. That's beautiful, man.
okay. So here
That
you
is
go.
amazing to me.
Hair on legs or no?
I don't care about that.
I do.
I ain't tripping about no hair on no legs.
Sorry,
ain't-
man. I can't do the
I ain't-
hairy leg thing.
Like, I mean, I know they shave and all that stuff, but I'm not.
Listen, I remember.
bother you.
I remember. I had a guy.
That's a deal. That's a deal breaker for you.
hair on the legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess it just depends on how much.
Hey.
Because now, listen, I had an older guy, probably your dad's age.
Okay.
He said he
That's
grew up
older.
in the South, and he said when he was a kid, he said they go to church and the women would have nylons on and the hairy legs, and he said that turned him on
Oh,
Well, yeah.
under the nylon,
under the nylon.
seeing
To
the
me,
hairs
I
laying
just
down.
listen. I can't do the hairy leg thing. I
Not
mean,
in the
I just-
nylon. Take the nylons off.
I don't want a woman that has more hair on the
I don't wanna
legs
see the
than
lay down.
me.
Really?
I just don't. What you like hair on the legs?
I don't have a bunch of hair on my legs though, so I ain't tripping.
Well, yeah.
I don't either, but I'm okay with it.
You're okay with hairy legs?
You can't be over the top with it. It's got to be just a little.
Yeah, you can't
know
be
what I
like a
mean?
werewolf.
Yeah, like you said, too much of anything. Is
Hair,
bad for
okay. What about hair under the pits?
No.
It has to be minimized.
Yeah, I can't.
Minimized? How do you minimize
You
that?
got to shave it down.
This is the
It can't
Cohen
be-
Bro
I just-
opinion.
I
This is the
just
Cohen Bro
don't-
opinion
I
show,
know.
ladies
I
and
just-
gentlemen.
You can't have a fro on both underneath your arms. You got a little person under there on both sides.
Cohen Bro opinion show.
People, you hold them hostage.
Headlock. Somebody in a headlock.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the whole hairy leg thing
That doesn't
and the
mean
whole hairy armpit thing that's a no.
Armpits is definitely.
And I'm
different.
not saying that they can't be beautiful people.
Oh, they are.
It's just
And that's
It's preference.
and
It's
that's
just preference.
That's the beauty. Like I still think there can be beautiful women with BBLs.
Oh, I'm
I think-
sure. I've seen them.
And
We've seen them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Nikki's beautiful still.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely. Nick's still beautiful. I just wouldn't date her.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, Nick, but sometimes you got to have a little Remy Ma. Remy Ma is just a natural, everything is
well, I mean,
hanging around and loose and
I mean,
soft.
there's nothing wrong with a thick girl.
Not at all.
that's
No, not at all.
beautiful.
No.
That's nice too.
Yeah.
That's even more to the point.
Right.
Scott. Thick girls with natural bodies.
Yeah. That's what's
I
I mean,
they're
there's been girls out there that have been overly overweighted, so to speak,
Yeah, yes.
and they're beautiful, got a beautiful face.
But see, that speaks more to what we're saying.
Right.
I think, all right, where we are, where I'm at in my life, I can't speak for you guys.
Okay.
I don't have any problem with any of that. I love a woman with a nice behind, a nice butt.
Okay.
That's real. If she's thick and it's still a nice butt, that's real. Then that's even better. I cannot do. And somebody asked me, some of my buddies, what if you don't know? Well, if I ever find out, then I'm done. But I mean, because and I think you do know. I don't know. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't feel right. It ain't real.
So, but how could you tell? Maybe they do a lot of squats.
No,
and they have a naturally big ass. And it's just muscular back there.
Well,
is there
that's-
anything considered too muscular?
No. If it's natural and that's yours and that's what you like, your preference, that's cool. Whatever you like. I just don't do fake.
Okay, but what if it's a really good surgery, Donut?
No.
And she's physically fit.
No.
And she works out all the time, and you can't really tell if it is or not.
No, I'm gonna.
So what you're saying is, if you've been dating this girl for 6 years and you find out, she'd be like, Tony, I just wanted to tell you, this is a fake ass. You're just going to be like, nope, that's it?
Yeah, it's like smoking cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you smoke cigarettes, I'm never dating you. I'm leaving you if you pull out one. If Sanaa Lathan pulls out a cigarette and we're out at dinner, I'm going to be like, Sanaa, this has been amazing. You know,
Amazing run.
great meeting you. Looking forward to watching you do some special things. You can't be smoking squares, and you can't have fake asses around me.
What about fake breasts?
That's different.
Wait a minute. We've all seen some horrible breast jobs.
Yes, well, then that's bad too.
Yeah.
But I'm not as keen on those. I'm not as at all in any way. I don't have an opinion on those because I think there are women who have
Well, there's absolutely
health
medical
wise and
issues.
medical issues.
Yeah.
So I'm just not touching that. Not touching.
No
it.
smoking.
So what
No
about
smoking.
What about fillers in the face?
What do you mean?
Like a cheek thing.
Like
or-
cheekbones
cheeks
and
or
noses?
Botox.
I'm okay with
you've
it.
seen these.
Yeah,
You've seen these
Yeah, I'm
people
okay
that
with
have
that.
gotten these fillers in the face, and
I'm okay with
they
that.
look like a concrete statue.
I'm okay with that.
I don't.
The lips are overly puffed.
No, I can't do any of that either.
You just like a natural lip.
I like a natural lip.
He don't want a doll.
I don't want
He
a
don't want
doll.
nothing plastic.
I don't want nothing fake.
well, there's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah, it's
Just
my-
enhance
It's just
things.
preference. It's preference.
but
I know what I disagree with, and I ain't gonna say despise because that's way too extreme. I'm tired of women telling me that this is what men want. Stop saying that to me.
Okay.
Stop telling me this is what we want.
Okay.
Y'all like women with fake BBL? No, the hell we don't. And
Well-
stop speaking for me. I ain't
Right.
never said I don't like not a damn one
looking
of
in
them.
here, a
Yeah.
couple of people on the live chat.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Can we go back to the hair?
I'm
Beyond armpits, also private areas
Oh Lord. Now we're
need to totally be shaved. And that's from Y. Williams. I don't know who Y. Williams is. But Andy Dufresne from Fowler said, more cushion for the pushing. He says, I like big butts and I cannot lie.
now we're about to,
More to love. But no, let's talk about that. Let's delve into that. We talked about the hair. Is it a preference for you guys even when it comes down to that? In regards to hair in the nether regions?
Well-
now we're getting into Howard Stern here.
Well, no,
no, it's not.
This is
I mean,
legit.
but it's legit. It's
Hey, Yolene just asked a question.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout to Yolene.
Shout out to Strolling. That's what I've been calling her since we were in Michigan.
strolling.
Yep.
Strolling Yolene.
Nickname.
Okay.
All right. Please ask them if they need women to have waxes of private areas. Oh, see, he got a reaction
Scott,
there.
you can take that.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
real strong reaction.
Does it have to be waxed? I wouldn't say no. I
Okay.
wouldn't say it had to be
All right.
waxed.
I wouldn't say that either.
I mean, I wouldn't say it would have to be. I guess it's your preference, man. I
It is.
mean, you know,
Go ahead. See, what do you
shave down.
Listen, man.
Because sometimes when you shave it down, it can kind of cause friction down there after a while.
I don't
Especially
know.
if you're both shaved or trimmed down.
This is crazy, man.
Guys trim down there.
But why you act like you're
Guys
uncomfortable? What's wrong with you,
manscape.
bro?
No. I don't know. My mom
There's
is
nothing
watching
wrong
this.
with it.
Oh, your mom is watching? And well, mom and dad. And my mom and dad.
Well, we don't want
my
your mom
and
to
dad.
tell us if she shaved or not.
No. I'm saying.
I'm talking about legs.
No. Listen. Preference. I mean, you know what? It's like, to me, it's the woman's body.
Right.
It's your choice.
That's right. And you get to decide if you like it. All right?
But,
But now
has that ever turned you off, though?
No, I'm going to go back to this guy.
Okay.
See, he ain't getting away with this.
Okay, I want to hear this.
I saw his facial expression when Yolene asked that question, and he damn near jumped out the damn chair. So, see, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about women that are waxed?
Mom, if you're listening.
Or
please.
not? Or not?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, with what?
I'm okay with the wax.
Okay.
I'm okay with wax, and I'm okay with
So you're okay with anything?
Either way for you.
Full hair,
Full hair.
like a full weave down there,
Yeah.
or wax.
Afro-
this is
Afro-
crazy.
Afro-
What are we talking? Like, okay, so
Hey, Tony brought this up. I
just-
mean, and I, we've never. You said you wanted to go kind of go into.
We're going to gain
low-
some women viewers,
a low haircut is fine.
listeners.
A low haircut is fine
All right,
everywhere.
All right, cool.
But wax is fine. Ladies, if that's your thing, absolutely. I'm okay with it.
And I will say this: I'm not getting hot waxed. Somebody said I think Scott should get hot waxed. That's not happening.
Hey,
Hey, listen, I think grooming is in the preference of the individual.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel, I mean, you hear doctors say, you shouldn't shave down there. And then because it creates more whatever. But then I've heard doctors say that too much down there can cause something else.
too much anything is bad for you guys.
What-
Do you think most women that shave down in that area, do you think that it's more of trying to keep the smell down, maybe?
Oh God.
I don't know.
I'm
It
just-
because hair does cause.
Yeah, I can. Unless you're shampooing it
Yeah.
every day.
I mean,
Or Lumi. Ain't that they got the Lumi thing now?
the Lumi.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, you know
body
about
deodorant.
that. See, you know about that. See,
no,
yeah?
the commercial comes on there. Yeah. Oh my God, this is
I
crazy.
ain't never seen C Bashful,
What?
man. This is
I know,
unreal.
isn't it
This
funny?
is unreal to me.
I'm glad you brought him out of his
this
shell,
dude
though.
this dude is over here really
This is
uncomfortable.
crazy.
Hey, look, it's preference and it's to each his own, right? And you get to like it, and if you don't have to do it.
Right.
That's the thing about it. Everybody likes what they like,
Yeah.
and that goes both sides.
So Corey likes hair on the legs.
No, I'm okay with it.
He's okay with that. He's
But if you shave them, I love that too because you can see I like the glisten, the
glistening of the hair.
So Corey
no,
likes
on
the
hair
legs?
skin.
glistening.
No, just other skin.
I like sweaty legs with wet hair.
No.
Yeah.
Is the hair glistening?
No, I like when you shave the glisten of the lotion.
Wait, you mean the baby oil?
But you don't like when it growing back, huh? That's rough on you. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
She rubbing her legs against you and it feel like a Brillo pad in the bed.
Okay.
So I'm going to say this.
Toenail.
Y. Williams has said, thanks for the honest answers. No, gentlemen, it's not to keep the smell down. Lumi is not good. You need to take a darn bath if it stinks down there.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
I mean, that's an honest
Anywhere there's
answer.
hair, though, you have to wash.
Yeah.
I
You have
agree.
to wash your body anyway.
Yeah.
But if there's hair, you got to wash, man.
Yeah.
But I would like to, you know what? I think we need to have a doctor on sometime. Maybe a gynecologist or something.
Sure.
Because I would like to know if it's, because I have heard both sides of the stories. You should shave down there. You shouldn't shave down there. For different reasons. Interesting. But going back to everything else, I think it's just preference.
Yeah.
It is.
I prefer a woman that doesn't have a ton of hair on her legs.
Okay.
But I think there's women that have hair on their legs, but you really can't tell, like when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want something. Like I said, I think the armpit thing kind of throws me off. I mean, there are women that don't shave for a while, whatever. I mean, is it a total deal breaker?
Well, what about a
armpit?
light like mustache?
No.
No.
Oh God,
I mean,
I can't do it.
long as it's-
I can't do it, man.
if it's not visible,
A mustache or a beard?
it can't
a
be
beard
something that
hair?
can't be visible.
I can't do it,
It can't if it's there and it's not visible. Like
Yeah.
like it's just
Some women
there.
can't
But
help
if it's
that.
a mustache, you're gonna see it.
Well, not all of them aren't like ours.
Yeah.
Some of them are
Yeah.
just, So I ain't never tripped on that much. But as long as it's, you like
And-
what you like.
And Williams says, "I am a nurse, gentlemen." So
Oh, that's
she's
your.
giving-
That's,
here we
that's,
go.
that's Yolene. That's strolling.
Oh, that's
That's true.
okay.
Okay.
That's strolling.
Okay.
White Williams is strolling.
Strolling. Okay.
And I'm okay with Hallie smoking.
Smoking?
He
I
doesn't
said-
care.
Is that a turnoff?
I said
It is for me.
Smoking?
It's not for C.
I'm okay with Hallie smoking. I didn't say everybody else.
So Hallie can smoke.
Hallie can smoke.
Okay, so now you can smoke. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll go buy the cigarettes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So wait a minute. So you don't mind a woman that smokes? Don't you think smoking is completely out? Like I'm talking like hard cigarettes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
Yeah,
stink.
smoking's played out.
Smoke is
It's been
horrible.
played out. But
You know what's a turnoff for me
What's that?
Hallie gets a pass
is
If she's
somebody that smells of
smoke.
smoke, but even worse, the ones that come into a place and smell like they just came out of a dispensary
Oh, smelling like
or
crud.
hot boxed in the car.
Yeah.
Smelling
The
like
weed
crud.
smell, I can't do it, man.
I used to have, I used to care. It's a different world now.
So wait. Hold on. So you guys don't like?
Weed smell?
I didn't say
I didn't say I
didn't
did.
say I didn't like weed smell.
Yeah.
I just think sometimes and I don't have a problem if you want to smoke weed or whatever the case may be. There's medical things for it. Fine and dandy. I'm good. I just feel like you shouldn't come in and that's the first thing you
They
smell on
your
somebody.
body? Yeah.
Like when you
Yeah.
come into a
Right.
party or
Right.
something. It's like,
Okay.
gosh, damn.
That's fair.
So what about after you got your grade? Like, what about after little workout from the gym? You don't like that
A little funk.
little sweat tingling?
Give me that funk, that sweet, that funk is down.
You mean after a nice
talking about
workout
Rick
or
James?
something?
Nice word. That's kind
Give
of
it to me.
sexy, I think, right?
And Rick James says it.
Yeah,
in
and
his
it
song.
kind of
I like a little sweet.
Yeah, I could go with that. Are we talking about where are we talking about that smell at though?
I didn't go. I just said. sweat
But
on
I'm
the
just
body.
saying.
If it's not a bad smell, I like it.
Yeah. You like a little sweat.
I like
Yeah.
sweat.
I-
That's
I-
not,
I
think
if
that's
there's
fine, man.
if there's
Yeah.
nothing that turns me off, then it's going.
I think there's a sweaty smell that's kind of a turn on,
yes.
but then there's a foul odor smell
Okay.
Then
that
that's not it.
Yeah, that's not it.
That's
that
horrible.
turns you
Kind
off.
of sexy working out.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice
I,
date.
I like that.
Yeah, or coming off the basketball court, 1-on-1.
okay. I can do that. I can see that.
All right, yeah. Let's clean this thing up, little man.
Clean it up.
We don't need to. We're getting listeners.
This guy,
We're getting listeners. They're coming in.
keep on.
Right.
We're gonna do an all-woman show.
Dufresne says smoking is nasty, especially kissing a female that smokes.
Cigarettes. That's why it can never happen.
I said Hallie. That's it. Hallie gets a pass.
It can never happen. I'm never going to date a woman that smokes cigarettes either,
Well,
because it stinks horribly.
yeah.
I mean, it's like
it's
poison. It's like nicotine.
Cigarette mouth.
It's
Absolutely.
horrible. Like, who the hell came up with that? They made billions of dollars still in this country off tobacco.
It's like sucking on a car engine.
Oh, it is.
Smoking is terrible. Yeah,
Smoking is the worst.
yeah. Played out. Been played out.
And I'll smoke a cigar every once in a while, and that's all right.
Yeah.
And I still hate the smoke on my clothes.
Well,
Like, I hate it.
I can't do that anymore with cigars. I used to be able to puff on a cigar every now and then. I got terribly sick.
But you can't inhale it.
You must
No,
inhale.
no. I don't. I know
You
how
didn't
to
inhale
smoke
it
a
that time.
cigar.
Okay.
What it was is I'm not a smoking guy anyway,
right,
right?
right.
So never have been. But I think what it was is we were in a cigar bar, by Detroit Joe, he told me it was my birthday. Let me get you this cigar, Scott. You know.
Yeah, I thought he was calling in.
Yeah, he'll be around.
Okay.
But he said to me, you know, we sat down and, you know, I think it was everybody smoking around, everybody having different cigars, and just that smoke just started to, like, I just started to sweat, and I literally vomited. It was horrible. It was the worst. Now, I think if I would have been outside and maybe not 80 people smoking cigars, I think it probably would have been okay.
Okay.
But
So you're
for some
strictly
reason, I
prepared
had
for
an adverse reaction to it. And
So you're over that. That's over. That's never going to happen. Okay.
I mean, like I said, if you want to smoke, I can tolerate the weed smoke, so to speak. But I feel like, look, if you're going to smoke weed, if you're going to be out in public with it, I mean, because a lot of times when you're driving, you can smell it out of somebody's car while you're driving down the freeway.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or come pulling up to a traffic light.
Right.
Well, you know what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think, like, if you're going to be out into, like, going to a party and stuff like that, I think you should have some respect for yourself and maybe for other people. I mean, this is just my opinion. Maybe why can't you just get the vape out and vape it before you come in?
Yeah.
Instead of coming out smelling like,
people
you
don't
know,
care.
a bag of Kush or
Well,
something.
I can tell you this too, though, Scott.
What's
I've
that?
heard that the vape is dangerous and really unhealthy.
It is.
It's not something you're supposed to be doing.
Well, I mean, how much unhealthier could it be if you're smoking a blunt?
Well, because it's oil, and they don't know, the impact.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I'll
not-
give you that.
It's not.
People-
It's not.
yeah.
It's not. It's oil.
Yeah.
And supposedly it's a little bit more dangerous for you than
It is.
actual marijuana.
Yep.
So I've tried. I've had the pen before.
Yeah.
All that.
Let's get red meth on. They'll tell you.
Well, they pros.
They'll tell you what it is. Red meth and Snoop.
So, but I agree with you with the smell. There's sprays and stuff now that they use
That you can,
just spray before you go in, and you should.
Well, do you think the people that come in smell reeking of that?
They don't give a damn.
They don't care.
They don't care.
So it's in all their clothes.
No,
It's
no.
but that's almost as bad of a turnoff as somebody coming in smoking like a.
They don't care.
I mean, coming in
A cigarette.
smelling like an ashtray.
Yes, yeah.
true.
Yeah, they don't care.
I don't think you smell people smelling like an ashtray as much anymore now than you did maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
I would say that.
for sure.
And that's probably because a lot of these bars you don't have.
And a lot of people
Can't
stop
smoke
smoking.
anymore.
Yeah.
Can't smoke anymore. No public smoking.
Smoking's trash.
Nicotine.
Uh-oh.
there it is.
Uh-oh. We got another game on the docket. Okay, guys. It's coming down. Give me a number, Co. From 1 to 8.
8. Cow.
Okay.
I like 8.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cow.
Cow.
Number
Aikman.
13.
Aikman.
Sonny Crockett defeated number 4, Roseanne.
3.
Oh.
Will now take on number 5, Murphy Brown, in our 80s decade iconic TV characters. Sonny Crockett, the number 13 seed, taking on the number 5 seed, Murphy Brown. Who do you have? Or is it? I mean, that's tough for Cole. Because Cole, he dressed like Sonny Crockett back in the day.
I did.
And he had a crush on Murphy Brown.
You had the open shirt out. Yeah.
I had the linen suit. My mom bought me all this stuff.
Yeah,
The espadrilles.
He-
It was crazy.
And he also dressed like Starsky
yeah.
back in the day.
Starsky and Hutch.
Why ain't they on there? But they're a team.
But that's 70s.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
70.
that's true.
Paul Michael Glazer, shout out. And I think David Soul just passed away.
Yeah.
Did he?
I think Hutch just died. I'm avoiding this. I'm beating around the bush here because I like both of these characters. I like both shows. Both actors are iconic
Yep, that's true.
because Crockett went on to do some great things.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Nash
did.
Bridges.
So did Candace.
I think Don Johnson went on to do more.
Absolutely. And Candace was a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
I'm going Sonny. I love Candace.
Wow. A 13 seed defeats a number 5 seed.
I'm going Sonny.
Sonny Crockett.
Typical shaker upper. He is so.
I'm-
Well, we
freaking-
said
He's
that
he's obvious,
yeah.
man. That dude, he ain't going with the status of nothing quote. There was nothing status or quo about Corey.
Okay.
No chalk.
No chalk.
Give me a 1 to 7 number, Tony.
Let's go number 3. Trip Wilborn, Michigan. My brother. Go.
Oh yeah, the Tripper.
Number 2,
Alan Trammell.
Cliff Huxtable takes on number
I know where blank is going.
7, Arnold Jackson. Now, Cliff beat Boss Hogg at a number 15 seed, and number 7, Arnold Jackson defeated number 10, MacGyver. Who? This is a tough matchup.
It's very
I
tough.
love it. I love it.
Because do you think of Cliff Huxtable like he was in the 80s, or do you think of his
Nope.
man Bill Cosby
No.
and what he's did recently?
With
No.
the
You got to keep that out.
Got to keep it out. Right?
Got to keep it out. Got to be a jury.
Interesting.
You can't.
And I'm looking at who can sustain it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at can my boy sustain it, and because I really love Different Strokes, man.
Yeah.
That was literally one of my favorite childhood shows.
Shout out to Dana. Shout out to Todd.
Todd. Rest in peace,
Mrs.
Dana.
Garrett.
Yeah, Mrs. Garrett and
Conrad.
Rest in peace to Gary Coleman.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Gary Coleman.
Rest in
Man.
peace to everybody on that show, pretty much, other than what, Todd Bridges?
Todd Bridges.
Todd is still with us.
I wonder what happened to what was his name? Sam. Remember when they brought in Sam?
Oh, Sam's still probably.
He's probably alive.
Yeah, probably Sam's probably
He
alive.
might be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then what Bill Cosby was able to do when it comes to the culture,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to go against it, man.
It is.
I got to go with Bill.
Wow.
I gotta go with
Well,
Bill.
that's not that big of an upset.
Well,
Heathcliff.
I look at the show, and it's legendary to this day. The opportunities that it created, the visionary, and what it created for us in the community, what we were able to see,
Yeah.
seeing a married couple, a doctor,
Lawyer.
and a lawyer together
Yeah.
in a home. They were in New York,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep. No doubt.
And have these beautiful kids
She made
who are all having realistic life stuff going on.
Realistic lifestyle.
And then he had spinoff,
You know what Scott did?
different worlds.
Scott,
it?
Scott mentioned earlier writing.
Yep.
He mentioned writing. It increased
hey, hold on one second.
blacks to go to college.
Yes. It sure did. Immediately. The black star looking at them going to HBCU.
I can go on and on the list of people that were on the show, but we'll save it for later.
So listen, we have another game.
We'll
Yes,
save it for later.
we have you on the line. This is our program director, and she is a TV icon, crazy
Watch-
person too.
Watcher, yeah.
Yeah. So our program director, I'm giving you a matchup. It goes like this. Number 3, Alex P. Keaton takes on number 6, Sam Malone from Cheers. Who do you have program director?
Don't mess this up. I love him. I love them both.
You know, she does the. I think that runs in the family.
I love them both.
Yeah, that's it. Who do you?
Who is more iconic in the decade in TV? Is it Alex P. Keaton, who had the number 3 seed, or is it Sam Malone, who had the number 6 seed from Cheers? Who do you think?
I'm gonna go with Alex P. Keaton.
Wow, Alex P. Keaton. Is that just to keep Corey in place so he
No,
doesn't?
because you said in the 80s, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I think probably more people like
White
as a
people
whole?
like me. Would know
no
Alex?
more people knew like Sam because Cheers was so long running.
Okay.
But I don't know. I gotta go with. I think I'm gonna go with Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, everybody, moves on
Good pick.
to take on
I love them
number 2, Cliff Huxtable, in the semis. So I get the last game here in this, and it is. Actually, I'm going to put this to the program director. I'm going to give her 2. Whew. The number 1 seeded Thomas Magnum from Magnum PI takes on the number 9 seed Sophia Petrillo of the Golden Girls.
That's still kind of
You
tough.
have, and I know she's watched a lot of these shows.
Yeah, she's watching both.
Yeah.
So we got a 1 seed or a 9 seed. Who do you go with in that game? Magnum, really known for that was a great show.
Magnum. I'm gonna go with Magnum.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. People love the Golden Girls, but I think Magnum PI was more watched. Yep.
And didn't they try to do a remake? A remake of Magnum? PI in
You
the
see,
movie?
they brought it back.
Yeah.
They brought it back.
Yeah.
They rebooted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And it's actually it actually changed networks.
Yeah.
So they kept it
Yeah.
around.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So, and I think the show's actually doing pretty good.
Shout out to Selleck.
Well, we appreciate you
Selleck
calling
he
in to
rocked the
tell us how
Ferrari.
we're doing.
Okay.
And we want to thank you for those 2 picks.
Yeah. He rocked the Ferrari, right?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
The Ferrari. Okay.
Ferrari.
Alrighty.
Yes.
All right.
So the program director has spoken. So, listen, what was the other topics before we go into the semis?
We really didn't. This was kind of the game show, so we have to send. We have to mention the passing of
Morton.
Morton,
Chris Morton.
Chris Mortensen,
Yep. Chris Morton.
NFL long timer, get it righter.
Am I right about this? Did he was a quarterback, correct? Or am I wrong?
Chris Mortensen?
No.
No.
Was that Craig Mortensen?
You're talking about Craig.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
From Denver Broncos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw the story today,
Yeah.
and I remember. I'll speak on it real briefly. First of all, rest in peace to Chris Mortensen.
Absolutely.
And prayers to his family and
Absolutely.
his friends, all of
Yep.
his colleagues at ESPN. If I had to say like one word, because I watch them all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that we wake up
Yep.
so we can get our stories
Get our
here.
stories here.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times. Yeah.
So Chris Mortensen, dependable, reliable, trustworthy. He's one of those guys like
Did they say what he died of?
he had a battle with
throat
cancer,
cancer.
throat
Yeah,
cancer.
throat
Oh, no kidding.
And then it went into remission, and then he came back.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then, because I actually saw him getting sick. I saw, it changed. Like when they would put him on, I saw it like how different he was.
Yeah, you could tell.
You could tell.
That
And he
throat,
mentioned- yeah.
that throat cancer or whatever it is.
Yes.
I mean, you've seen
Yes.
Bobby the Brain Heenan had that.
Yes.
And he looked horrible.
It just eats you up.
And
Yeah.
then the guy that did the movies,
What's that?
the movie critic Ebert, he had throat cancer.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
And I believe, well, I don't think Toby Keith had. I think he had stomach cancer, but yeah, cancer's horrible.
It is. It's a bad thing,
Yeah.
and to prayers to him and his family. But some reporters, and this is my take, and Blake, I'll give it to you. Some reporters don't seem truthful all the time or honest. Him and Shefty bank on it. I'm what they say to me when they reported on stuff. What Morton, when he reported on things, accurate.
Yes.
You can say it was. You can tell it was true journalism. You can tell it was just true. He's one of those guys that, if you walk into the room, he's just a nice man, a good man. You can just kind of tell that.
Yep.
And he's done. He will not be forgotten at ESPN or by real football watchers.
Absolutely.
Because he did a great job. And like I said, he got the story. He just made you feel. If he said it, if Chris said it, yep, that's what was going down. So it was really sad when I heard it this morning. I was like, wow. But it didn't. You're always surprised, but I knew, like, you kind of know, like, at some point, because like I said, he took some time off, and you never know when that stuff is going to resurge.
Right.
So prayers to his family, man. Prayers to the folks at ESPN, all his friends and colleagues. But a good person, a good man. I don't know him personally. I'm just going off by what I hear and how he presented himself and reported and did his job. 100%, always on top of things, always correct for the most part, always correct. Always we could depend on the football story coming from here was going to be correct. So, shout out to Morton's.
I got a question
Shout
for
out.
you.
Yeah.
Because since you guys are the
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
big
rest in peace,
sports
sir.
show guys, what is going on with Skip Bayless?
I haven't watched.
Is it just because he just wants to be controversial? What is his deal? It seems like he alienates everybody.
Well, you want it blank? I can take it.
No, you take it.
I've been watching Skip for a long time. Right now, Skip is desperate. When you're backed into a corner and your ratings stink, and you have people on your show that are, I don't know any of those guys, but
Right.
from a rating standpoint, I don't think Michael Irvin is the greatest person to have on something like that, or Richard Sherman, or I think Keyshawn is okay. I think he could have picked somebody else because that show is struggling. I do believe that Skip is being controversial
On purpose?
Yeah, because it supports bad stuff. People like to hear bad stuff. We know.
Okay.
That. Controversy sells. We know that. We know that. Skip lost his way. The whole Shannon Sharp thing and all that stuff. Now he's beefed with Stephen A. He's beefed with Shannon Sharp. Skip is desperate. Like, after Shannon left, and I'm not overly a big Shannon guy either. Not anymore, because I think he's headed down the wrong path too. But that's just my opinion. Cole and Bro Opinion Show. But Skip is contra. He likes it. He needs it. He wants it.
It makes sense.
Yeah, he's desperate. The ratings, they're looking at first thing first. Speak, which I think won't be around for a while. Won't be around for much longer.
No.
Colin's the lead dog there. They're looking at these shows. Skip's he's not moving any numbers. So
Do you think a lot of these guys have gotten too big for their britches,
yes,
so to speak?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody don't handle prosperity well.
They don't. And even what you said, like a couple of weeks ago, we were going back and forth, and I know you didn't mean it, but Scott called me. He said, "You're acting like Stephen A." I'm not Stephen A. I'm not Stephen A. You know why? Because Stephen A. he likes to bash people. He does. He likes to bash these people at their worst moment. What was the whole thing with Zion?
Yeah.
He needs to stop eating cheeseburgers.
I don't understand that. This
What
dude
is
playing
it?
his butt off.
I
don't understand that.
Why are you talking about his diet? And Skip does the same thing.
Well, does Barkley do that?
Skip does it. Barkley does it. Stephen A. does it. Shannon's doing it. But why do you guys have to go into that? Why do you have to go into that? You personally don't attack that young man
Right.
personally. You don't have to do that. But Skip's been doing it for years.
Yeah, that's his MO.
The reason
That's how he's famous.
yes. He didn't used to be like that because he worked forever.
Yeah.
He wrote books and things
Reporter,
like that.
yeah,
He was
he was a regular.
now when that money comes in and the ratings are up for grabs.
Prosperity.
Yes.
See yourself on TV.
Yes.
It's a game changer.
Jenny McCarthy left. She got into it with him all the time. And I don't think he respects women that much. I really don't.
I'm super dark. What is that? I don't know.
I really don't.
Yeah.
He basically called Coach McCarthy fat.
Oh, yes.
And she was like, just because, his weight doesn't mean he can't coach. What are you talking about? So he got back in with her. Thank you for supporting me. She's not supposed to support you on that.
No.
You out here calling people out of their name?
Yeah.
I
So
think I gotta get better lighting on you, Tony.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm dark. Yolene said I was
It's all right.
She was like, hey, you're dark.
You went 10. You just left Houston. Ain't it hot there?
That's right. He's tan.
Might be it.
Yeah.
It wasn't no sun like that.
Yeah,
It was nice
I
weather.
think I'm gonna get better lighting in here for Tony.
Nice weather.
Yeah, good.
A lot of times Tony likes to feed into the green screen.
He does.
So then all you see is he like pixels out.
Yeah.
See, now you can see him.
Yeah.
Oh, there I am.
He just kind of turns a certain way, and now he's dark again. Yeah.
So
The things that we need to work on the show.
All good.
I'm just glad the sound's there
Sounds
today.
beautiful. Sounds great.
So that's my take on it. Yeah, I think they're all like, I don't know what
He
you guys
can't,
say.
he can't handle it.
He can't help himself.
He hasn't been able to handle the prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I learned years ago: everybody can't handle being told how great they are and how good they are, and how they just don't handle it well.
True.
If people don't handle prosperity well, there's just not an inkling of humbleness in them. Once they've been told they're great, and it's all about them.
Yeah.
It's no longer about whoever helped you. It's no longer. Matter of fact, my brother taught me that years ago. Like,
Okay.
you win championships, you notice people stop talking about the we and it's the me. Like,
True.
this was because of me. You play baseball.
Yeah.
Man, you guys win a championship. Guys start walking around, they go from bar to bar. Yeah, well, I did this. And I
Yeah.
did, because they've never been able to handle success.
Yeah.
Everybody can't handle success.
Everybody can't handle it.
Well, look at Jordan Poole. Man,
Yeah. Perfect example.
yes. This dude won a freaking NBA championship and lost his mind.
Lost his mind.
Can't handle prosperity. And he's a Michigan guy.
Wow.
Much love to him, on that, but doesn't handle prosperity well. You got to have a sense of humbleness in you, where it's not all got to be about you, because you didn't do it by yourself.
Right.
But Skip doesn't see that.
No.
Something's wrong.
And his two proteges don't see it because Stephen A is his protege. Shannon Sharp is his protege. Skip got those guys jobs.
Yep.
He gave them a platform. Now Stephen A, he's the show. Everything's about him. And I don't know Stephen A. He could sit down and have a glass of wine with. I don't know him. I don't know him, but from what I see, and Shannon, I watched Shannon from start to now finish. What are you doing trying to fight John Morant's father? What are you doing?
Yeah, he apologized for that.
I understand it though, but there's certain ways to handle yourself.
That's guys
as a media. Yeah.
And Shannon Sharp, to his defense, he's been a professional athlete.
You've been a professional athlete, yes.
And he's had major success. And let me reword
a lot of success.
Not to his defense. He should know better.
He should. Bingo.
See, not his defense. Excuse my words.
Bingo.
He should know better. He's had prosperity. He's had success.
Bingo.
There's no
You're used to
need.
that.
There's
3
no need.
Super Bowls.
Yeah, you're used to all of this. This should not be that big of a deal for you.
Yeah.
Stephen A. barely played college basketball. Was a great writer, great reporter
Until he got big.
Until
this TV stuff, man.
Prosperity changes you.
Yeah, it does.
And Skip never did anything until he became, got on TV.
Right.
He was a regular beat reporter.
Beat reporter, wrote some books, wrote some articles, covered the Cowboys for a whole bunch of years.
Yeah. So,
because I know Smith has been going at it with
Jason Whitlock.
He's been
going at it with Kwame Brown. He's been going at it with Stephon Marbury. Called him out the other day. Said, "Why do you tear down black men so much? They've given you a voice, and you don't. When is this voice going to be deleted?" Like a lot of black athletes are coming at him because he brings them down. He tears them down. He does. It's a way to report, and then it's a way to report.
So here we go.
Okay, guys.
Is that the dumb draft music?
It is.
It is.
I had to find something.
I don't care about
to get that.
I hate the draft. Doesn't matter.
So
you're gonna be down there though.
You will be,
because I'm a journalist now.
You're gonna be down there with me.
So I got
no, but you know what though?
Yeah, because Blake can get me everywhere.
We're gonna be everywhere.
I don't know if
That's
I'm
true.
digging the whole Hart Plaza Campus Martius thing for it. Why don't they just do it at Ford Field?
Isn't the draft like?
Why does it have to be outside?
Cold weather?
Well, what is it? May? Is it in May?
No, I thought it was like
April,
late April.
right?
Like
but it's
mid-April.
outside.
Well,
Doc said it was outside.
It's in 8 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of Doc,
Blake gonna get me in everywhere.
Yeah, we are.
Yep. I'm going.
Doc had a matchup. I gave him what the matchup was, and he texted me in the winner.
Who, Doc did?
Doc.
What do you do? Lions?
No,
Campbell
this is from the TV Icon.
Oh, okay.
Doc got the number 2 seed Cliff Huxtable taking on the number 3 seed Alex P. Keaton. Winner goes to the finals. Who do you think Doc said?
Well, knowing Doc, I think he said, Cliff Huxtable.
Okay.
Because we've talked about this before.
Okay.
A shout out to Doc and the girls, but I think and the wife. I think Doc went with Cliff.
You were absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Cliff Huxtable. Big Cliff Huxtable from The Cosby Show makes it to the finals. Doc has spoken. the number 2 seed, Cliff Huxtable.
All right.
Tony,
Yes.
you have the next game.
All right.
Number 1, Thomas Magnum takes on number 13. He's kind of been the Cinderella of this tournament so far in the 80s decade. He has defeated, let's see here. Sonny Crockett has defeated Roseanne. And he's also defeated Murphy Brown.
Shout out to Candace. Still.
And he's now in a number 1, going up against number 1, Thomas Magnum. A 1 versus 13. Who
Wow,
do
boy.
you have, Tony, for going into the finals to take on Cliff Huxtable? What do you have?
I'm going to go with Thomas Magnum.
Thomas Magnum
Magnum PI.
has now defeated Roseanne. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Thomas Magnum has defeated Michael Knight,
Yeah.
Sophia Petrillo,
Yep.
and Sonny Crockett. Interesting.
That is.
Okay, well, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and we have one more
That's a show.
game to go.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Cohen Bro Opinion Show. Stay tuned.
Here it is. And since last week we did a best of 3,
Hit that like button.
we did a best of 3 on the who would win in the final matchup. So, for all of you out there,
Yeah.
Thomas Magnum has beaten Michael Knight, Sophia Petrillo, and Sonny Crockett. Cliff Huxtable, the number 2 seed. This is the second time we've had a 1-2 seed. Last week we had Archie Bunker up against. I take that back. We had Fonzie going up against number 2 Fred G. Sanford with the number 2 seed winning in Fred G. Sanford. Cliff Huxtable has beaten Boss Hogg, Arnold Jackson, and Alex P. Keaton. Out of this final, in the finals, who do you have, Co? Do you have number 2 seed Cliff Huxtable, or do you go with number 1 Magnum PI, Thomas Magnum?
Cliff.
Cliff.
Listen.
Cliff has got that one.
Yeah. It's so hard to not pick Cliff.
Okay.
It's just hard not to because,
I think that's a strong number 2.
yeah, Magnum was, I like the Ferrari and he always wore the Tiger baseball. I like the Magnum show. But Cliff's impact is too big.
It definitely is major.
It's too big. I'm going with Cliff. I have to go with Cliff. For obvious reasons. We can talk till the cows come home about how big the impact was, but I got to take Cliff.
Okay. Well, since Tony's going to get the tiebreaker,
Yep.
if there is one. I am going to go with number 2, Cliff Huxtable.
No need to tiebreak.
No need. Just like last week,
Yeah.
it was an overall consensus with Fred G. Sanford.
Yeah.
And now Cliff Huxtable. So two seeds have made it on into the tournament. We'll find out in a couple of weeks who will face who. So Cliff is coming out of the 80s. Fred G. Sanford is coming out of the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, we want to thank you for tuning in. We've had some good discussions, and I think I'm going to have to
We have.
I think we're going to have Tony get more involved in these topics.
Yeah,
Because I like the controversial topics. I
There-
like how he makes you sweat.
Yeah. Well, the topics. Everybody throw them. Yeah, everybody throw in. Like,
Yeah.
I do have.
I
to-
like talking things that women want to talk about or hear about.
Women, call us in. Let us know. We don't know anything. Like, I didn't even know there was white woman hair weave. I didn't know that.
Well, I knew about the hair
you go.
extensions. I don't know if they call it weave.
Oh, yeah.
And why do they call it?
So they weave
Why
it
is
in.
it? Why is it weave for black women, but hair extensions for white women? Is it just the way they put it in? I'd like to know that. The things I'd like to know.
We didn't, and this is, I apologize for this to all of our African American listeners and our Caucasian listeners, we love whoever listens. We didn't say anything about Black history. I got to give a shout out to, so I'm going to do it now because it's still early March. I was going to say let's talk a figure that who you liked and who you wanted to mention. I want to mention for Black History Month is going to carry over before the 5th. I learned there was a lady named Bessie Coleman who was the first African American pilot, female pilot.
Yes.
Way back in the day. Do you know how hard that is?
Yeah.
In the 1800s or whatever it was. So shout to Bessie Coleman for that. And I did not know that, but I did a little Black history research, and I'm saying, wow, we didn't mention anything this month. And that's my birthday month, and I apologize for that, folks. But never too late to learn Black history. It's the Cole and Bro Opinion Show.
That's right. I like to be educational.
Absolutely.
We were very educational
Thank you.
today in preferences.
I appreciate that. See,
Yeah. We appreciate
I
everybody that's chimed in the chat.
I think Black History is every month, but
Yeah.
I respect
Yeah.
it. Muhammad Ali is my guy every day,
Yeah.
all day.
Cassius.
Yeah.
Muhammad-
Absolutely.
Cassius
Greatest of all time. The greatest of all time.
And think about that. He didn't lie.
No, he was
Not even
phenomenal.
close.
Well, next week, folks, we delve into the 90s decade of iconic TV characters. Let me give you the rundown before we leave.
Do it.
The number 1 seed, Fraser Crane. Number 2 seed, Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The number 3 seed, Tony Soprano from The Sopranos.
Mob ties, no shirt like Fat Tony.
The number 4 seed, we get our first cartoon character in here, Homer Simpson, number 4. Number 5, we go to the TV show Seinfeld with Kramer. Number 6, we talk a little Sex in the City for our girls out there. Carrie Bradshaw comes in at the number 6 seed.
Call in, ladies.
The number 7 seed, Tim the Tool Man Taylor. There's an iconic show, Home Improvement.
Okay.
The number 8 seed, Martin Payne
Ooh.
from Martin.
This going to be, whew.
The
gonna
number,
be major.
yeah, it's going to be, and the matchup is number 9, Jack McFarlane from Will and Grace. 2 iconic.
That deserves, whoa, Black Rob, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out
whoa.
to Black Rob,
Yeah,
whoa.
shout out to Black Rob. God rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
The number 10 seed was Chandler Bing from Friends. The number 11 seed, Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld.
I love Elaine. So
We
dope.
all loved Elaine.
Yeah, so hot, so dope.
Number 12 seed, Ross Geller from Friends.
Whew.
That's a hot one.
Yes, sir.
The number 13 seed, Olivia Benson from Law and Order SVU.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Number 14 seed from Beverly Hills 90210, Dylan McKay comes in at number 14.
Dylan was crazy. Crazy with it.
The number 15 seed is our first tandem that we've had in the tournament thus far. Scully and Mulder from X-Files.
That was a good show.
And then rounding out the 80s decade at number 16, Buffy Summers from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And who was that? Sarah Michelle Gellar played her? Am I correct?
I'm not sure.
I was never a Buffy fan.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Popular show, popular character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Well, that is where we will leave you until next week.
Let's do some. Let's do some combine next week. Let's do.
Yeah, we definitely could do that.
Absolutely.
Let's do some. See where these quarterbacks are going to go, and got to do some spring training.
Yes, definitely spring training.
A little bit, and then the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some more BBL.
We can talk BBL. We got to get
some ladies on. Yolene said she wants to at least call in, maybe.
She can call in every
She
week.
can call when she wants.
Yep.
Yeah, she come and sit with us, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely. We got to have that.
She's smarter than us.
And that's right.
And she knows her sports as well.
Nice.
Her son,
she needs to come in.
Her son plays at Yale. I think he's going to be a junior.
Oh,
He's
nice.
going to be a junior.
He's smarter than us.
And her daughter is running track at Grand Valley State.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, she's.
No, she needs to come in and sit.
Yeah.
If she can. I know she's probably
I'll ask her. She lives out in Belleville. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank the people.
Ipsy.
Yeah, I want to thank the people that are listening in tonight.
Yeah.
And I think Monday nights is actually going to be our new night for sure.
Yeah, it's got
And we've gotten a lot of people on the line tonight. Andy Dufresne from Fowler has been listening in.
Keep it up.
Big K, I don't know who Big K is, but hey, thank you for tuning in tonight, Big K. And of course, what did you call her, Tony? Scooter?
Strolling.
That's
Strolling.
best friend.
So yeah, one of my
of his
best friends in
closest
the
friends.
world.
Yeah.
We went to Michigan together. She's a Michigan alum. Her dad actually played at Michigan in the 70s.
Nice.
With Coach Harris doing that
Okay.
team.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful human being. Wonderful mom. Like I said, we've been friends since 1990.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yes, we've been friends that long. We've been rocking that long.
That's what's up.
And like I said, she knows her sports.
Beautiful.
She knows it.
Beautiful. We can have her call in. You know, if she can come in. She sounds like she's obviously busy. You know, I don't know.
She's a registered nurse. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
if Monday,
she's even bigger than that actually.
Yeah, Monday night. That is our new time. Monday night. We'll be on somewhere around the 5:30, 6:30, whenever the guys can make the travel to the big woods to get on the air with us. We started a little early tonight.
Yeah. Normally it's
But
6
that's okay.
6 o'clock start, but
Yeah.
if we, that's what it is.
Yeah. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Cohen Bro Opinion Show. The head coach, Tony Blankenship, of course, Corey.
I'm getting all kind of texts. They're like,
Uh-oh.
how is Martin number 8?
Listen, when
We
you
didn't make
think
these up,
about
guys.
think
They
about
gave
that, that's the problem when you get a million characters in a decade.
Oh, and you know what? Guys? I know we run a little bit over, but we're going to do this music too, right? We're doing this some music thing.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Are
we're
we
going to
doing
do a
some music
music
tournament
bracket.
too?
Yeah, that'll be after the TV in the
After
next
the
couple
TV,
of weeks.
Yeah.
That'll and listen. If you guys want to, especially our listeners there, if there's a certain thing you would like to tackle topic wise,
tell us.
even with the brackets,
Yes.
let's do it.
Yes.
Let's all have a good
Call
time
us,
with it.
email us, whatever you guys got.
I think Monday night is definitely, like we said before, is going to be the night we go
For
to.
sure. For sure.
And now you can catch the show live.
Now you can catch it live.
You don't have to worry about getting out of church.
Ain't nothing on Monday anyway.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah.
So why not listen to us?
Shout out
right?
to Cohen Bro, man. For real. Big
Shout
things
out
this
to
year.
him, bro.
And Hallie, you can smoke
No.
if you want to.
I'll pass on the cigarette.
I'm going to
No
kiss her.
cigarettes.
No
I'm
cigarette.
going to kiss her anyway.
No.
Crazy.
You can smoke some crud.
Oh, Lord.
All right, take us home, Scott.
All right, we're out of here, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
This guy.
And we'll see you next time on the Co and Bro Opinion Show. See ya. You can follow the Cohen Bro Opinion Show on all major podcasting platforms or catch the YouTube live show at Kavana Broadcast Network. If you'd like to contact the show, feel free to email us at cobropodcast@gmail.com or DM us at Cobro Opinion Show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you for listening.
But you can't stay here. Let's go. Out.
This concludes our broadcast day.
You filthy animal.